how Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Choose a health plan that puts you first. With United Healthcare Individual and Family ACA Marketplace plans, your health insurance questions. Plus, our one-on-one support can help make choosing a plan easy. Go to uhcexchange.com and find a Florida plan today. Open enrollment ends January 15th. Open enrollment dates can vary by state, so make sure to visit your state's health insurance website to see the exact dates for your state's enrollment period.
Checkers $5 meal deal is for people who know what it's like to stretch. Every dollar. Ooh. Before you pull a hammy, get to Checkers and feast on our $5 meal deal. Fill up on a fully dressed checker burger or fry lover's burger, plus 8-piece white meat chicken bites, Checkers oh-so-famous seasoned fries, and a 16-ounce drink. Oh, mama, that's a lot for just $5. The Checkers $5 meal deal. Woo. No stretch required.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK, B-A-N-K, BANK. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
Are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Thursday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate that. We do have a hot one coming in today for you. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there in Dev's Woke News. 4 o'clock, our buddy Brendan O'Connor from Bungalore.com will step in and tell us what's happening in Orlando coming up this weekend for this beautiful cold weather we're going to have. Colbert Court, the first appearance, our buddy Glenn Clausman this year. Actually, second appearance of Glenn Clausman this year. First live appearance, I'm sure. Plus, we'll have trivia, Ross Thoughts, last call, your talkbacks, your texts, your calls all day long. And, of course, 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000. Bank is your 3 o'clock keyword, B-A-N-K. Go to realradio.fm. Send it away for your shot at $1,000. Welcome to the show. I am Jim. To my left, Deb is my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer Jack Bradshaw. Ross Padgett.
Yes, welcome if you got him.
And a special guest today, Mr. Chase Padgett. Give it up.
Thanks for having me, everybody.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Find us easily on social media, Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, every day, all day, at jimcolbertlive.com. That's where you can see the YouTube feed and watch us sit and talk. How's everybody?
Good. So far, so good.
Yeah, loving Thursday right now.
Dude, I gotta tell you, you're a ghost.
What are you talking about?
You are a ghost. Ross will be like, Chase is in town. I'm like, he was in Canada last night. He was in Edmonton or Ontario or Quebec last week, and now he's in Canada. And then I'll be like, well, let's hang out. Oh no, he leaves tomorrow. Where for? Canada.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in Canada. However, I am an official resident of Orlando, officially as of just a month or two ago. And I'm actually traveling not little, but like less than I have before this year, because my real goal this year is to get plugged back into the Orlando scene.
Yeah.
Reconnect with some old friends.
That's
and
cool,
artistic
man.
communities. There's so much to plug into around here.
Yeah.
Well, if there's one thing I know about Real Radio is that if you're willing to give it, we will take your free labor.
Yeah, I am not getting paid today.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is true.
Not one.
We will ask you to come in and help promote, though.
Yeah,
We will do
and
that.
you'll pay me in kisses and thumbs ups.
Give you a big hug.
Okay.
Big hug.
Kisses
All right.
and thumbs up.
Yes.
That's how
We'll
we
get there,
all
big
get
guy.
paid around here, Chase. You're going to learn to like it.
Well, we don't have health care. Do you want some ribbon candy?
You're going to hug him? You're going to hug him.
Oh, Ross, have you never had a...
We don't have health care, but we do have some ribbon candy.
We do. Oh,
That's a great joke.
I don't think Ross is going to let you get past the fact that you would hug Chase.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
I would hug him. What's the big deal?
Yeah,
Because I won't hug you?
Yes.
Well, he bathes.
I am freshly bathed.
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago.
Methinks you're advertising that
Yeah.
a little too much.
And for people who do not know, Chase is Ross's brother.
That's
Yep.
right.
His elder brother that should get some respect because of that.
Absolutely.
6 years older to be in fact. We never went to the same school, so
Isn't
we
it-
had like pretty different upbringings.
You know that's weird? It's weird that you guys are close and that happened because my sister and I have 5 years, which means, every time I was leaving, she was coming back in. Same thing with high school. I think we went to high school 1 year together. She was a freshman and I was a senior. And of course, I didn't talk to freshmen. So it didn't work out well for her then. I really didn't get to know her anymore. And that was a weird kind of hurdle in us, like as kids, because, by the time I was a teenager, she was still just like a little kid. And I didn't want to have anything to do with a kid.
You know what really overcame that in a big way for us? So when Ross was 21 and I was 27, he took a leave of absence from Universal. We were both working there at the time, and I went on my first big summer tour ever. We were gone for 3 months, and he joined me. He was like, his defense of like, I'm going to be learning. And no, he
I partied.
Yeah, hard.
What were you, like 15?
Hard.
No, I was 21.
He turned 21 that
that's right, 27.
summer. And in Yellowstone was his actual birthday. We drove all over North America, and it's really rare to have two adult siblings have a 3-month road trip with each other all across North America, sharing experiences, meeting people, and just having the time of our lives.
We say this name a lot, but that sounds like a Paul Rudd movie.
Yeah, very much so.
Very much so.
Or a
And
Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly kind of thing.
Yeah, and the other character is Zach Galifianakis.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, arrested at the age of 14 mentally.
All right, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but it's a really unique thing. We're like, we do have a big gap between us, but we are very close.
And then both of you also in the entertainment industry is unique as well. I mean, you in the music/comedy world, him in the comedy world, and then you guys still.
And I listen to music.
You do listen to music,
So
that's for sure.
And you know what? Let's not shortchange him. He is a pretty solid freestyle rapper.
Yeah, he's not bad at all.
Every now and then, if I'm smoking the right gas, I'm down to drop a good 16 bars.
Fun fact, he's not exaggerating. He means literal gas.
Yeah, I huff it.
Yeah, it is a problem.
And then I rap.
Today, I'm here for an intervention.
Yeah, I understand. We all are.
Yeah, every day.
So do you ever hear any of this stuff that he says about your mom?
They always give me heat because I have brought up
What a
multiple
lead-in.
times
What a
that,
lead-in, Jimmy.
that mom has like obliterated toilet seats before.
See, that's the guy.
Exactly.
Why would you say that about your mother in front of a couple 100,000 people?
And here's the thing, Jim. Chase knows this. I'm holding back.
Oh, yeah.
You remember the golf course?
I was just about to ask, have you brought it up before?
I have not brought it up because that's where my line is.
You've not brought up the golf course
That's
with Mom?
So you have a line?
I have a line.
Oh, when it comes to your mom.
Yeah, when it comes to my mom.
So you've told me stories, and all the stories that you've told me that I would never share with even people I like. And you're telling me there's one out there that you haven't shared that's worse than all of those?
I'm kind of surprised you've never brought it up.
That's because that's where my line is.
All right, I'm going to respect your boundary and not talk about it.
Until later.
But it's juicy. It is juicy.
That is the worst word to describe that story.
You're right. You're right. It is.
I think you have told that story.
I don't think.
I think you have.
I don't recall it.
And we called my mom squatting dog for like 4 years.
Okay, we're not doing that. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Please do not, that image, no one's deserved.
No, especially
Of that image.
sweet Kathy
Yeah, my
Paget,
God,
and she
man.
will kill you.
How could
She
you
will.
possibly?
Absolutely murder you.
Yeah.
She would too.
All right, 407-916-1041. Chasing today, talking about his his gig. The Six Guitar Show has really come a long way.
Yeah, man.
I saw it, God, what was it, probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Pre-COVID.
And then I saw it again. I saw parts of it again, I think, during a Fringe Fest.
Fringe Run, yeah.
I did see the entire thing during a Fringe Run.
It's
And
actually taken a big leap in this last year because I've added for the first time ever a drummer and bass player. The show, it's a one-man show, so it's, I'm playing multiple characters, multiple styles of music, but for over 10 years now, it's just been me.
Right, yeah.
And for the longest time, I was like, how do I bring this up to another level? And, I got ideas for writing new bits and other songs,
Right.
and I tack that on over time. But the thing that really raises the musicianship is other musicians. And everything about the show is on a whole new level now. I mean, the drummers and the bass players that I have for this run every weekend here for the month of January, they're top-notch local pros.
Studio monsters?
Yeah. And a lot of them play multiple instruments.
Yeah, of course, because that's annoying.
Oh, my God. One guy...
It makes you sick to your stomach.
Well, aren't you the same?
People just oozing talent.
Yeah, exactly, says the guy who plays multiple instruments.
I'm a strong guitar player, and I can sing, and everything else is like... If everyone else on Earth was unavailable, I could get us through the gig. Like someone emailed me this week and was like, "Hey man, do you play bass?" And my answer was very nuanced. It was like, I have a bass.
I know the root notes.
And
I
know the theory.
Yeah.
But I would not be the first call. I assure you.
You're not going to get any bootsy out of me.
Yeah. Oh no.
There's no slapping.
Yeah. Oh, well,
a little slapping.
A little slapping. But the other musicians on stage. What's really nice about it is it brings all the musical elements of the show up to a completely new level.
I was talking to you before the show. I didn't know how it incorporate its way into it because it's so you that I didn't think that anybody else could find room in there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And because they're present in the show, my guitar choices have also evolved.
Yeah.
So like the opening Crossroad Blues number. One, it's not even the opening number now.
Spoiler.
Yeah, well, there you go. The opening number now is actually just kind of an open jam between all the musicians, and one by one, we all get on stage and just kind of find a rhythm together.
Settle in and then start the show.
Yeah, and then we go into a brief like, "Hey, everybody," introduction. Opening Crossroad Blues, I'm playing a totally different thing guitar-wise now because I don't need to cover the bass line
right.
and a drum beat at the same time, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you because, I worked with a guy in the morning show for many years, a guy named Jeff Howell, who is a local legend here.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, finger-picking monsters, Travis-picking beast.
Mama's blue cheese.
And it was funny because every time off the air, I would ask Jeff, I'd beg him, like, "Hey, man, show me something." And he'd be like, "Oh, no, man, I don't give lessons. Oh, no, man, I don't give lessons." And he would rarely played his guitar outside of his profession. Like if he wasn't using it to make money, I just never really saw him much play it just for enjoyment.
Yeah.
So you put a lot of time in. Ross and I have talked a number of times about how as a kid he remembers you
just being bad for a while.
Just constantly playing. It was just obsessive playing over and over and over playing and getting very good. Do you still have that same verve for playing guitar now that you did back then, or do you look at it like a mechanic would look at a wrench?
It's kind of both, actually. It's kind of both. So I call it exploration. Like, do you still make time to explore? Because when it is a part of your profession, you I don't want to say you like love it less, but it is a different relationship. Right, where it's almost like dating someone versus now we are married.
Right.
Now
it's
this
different.
is legit.
Right.
So with that, you really have to make, at least I do, a little more of a conscious effort to sit down and go, you know what, I'm just going to play.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to try to like practice a thing that I think should be added into the show. I'm going to make time just for me. Or like a marriage, this is just for us. It's not about the kids. It's not about the mortgage. It's not about the things around our relationship. It's our relationship.
That's funny. I'll do that as well. I'm not even a fingernail in your world, but I'll pick up my guitar and I'm like, man, this is cool. I'll just jam a little bit. Next thing you know, I'm playing Wish You Were Here again. Right back to the Pink Floyd. I mean, just have no idea. I was like, okay, this is okay, but it doesn't sound like anything to me, so it's not exciting. So then I'm just going to move on.
But you know what? We were talking before the show. one of the things that helps unleash that is understanding enough music theory to unlock the rest of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Once you start associating like the numbers and shapes.
Yeah, get out of here with that,
I'm
dude.
telling you,
we were
it's
just
so
talking about
worth it.
before the show, we we're talking about the language of looking at music. And I'm like, look, man, that's coding to me. I'm alien. It's completely alien. Can I look at it at a tablature and make it sound like Skinner? Yeah, I'm good. Then I could pull off 3 chords and it sounds like I know what I'm doing.
But in that case, though, it does the exact same thing that like sheet music did when I was a trumpet player. That was my first instrument. And when you can't leave the page, you can't fully explore or be present with the music. And once you know a little bit of like, the shapes and the numbers of it, roll your eyes all you want, Ross.
Yeah, he's doing it.
You're able to have not a performance, but a conversation with people, and you can just get to music way faster.
No, I'm with you, Deb. Didn't you play like bassoon or something?
No, I was a clarinet player, and Chris was a trumpet player.
Wow. We have a brass section.
Yeah, look at us.
I can play rhythm guitar. I know 5 chords. I'm killing it for you guys.
I always split my reeds, so I was not a good clarinet player.
Ross, are you the vocalist?
I'm ready.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Deb, what's coming up for news?
Put me in the game, coach.
Attorney General Merrick Garland appoints a special counsel in the Biden classified docs case.
Oh, yeah, they're finding him everywhere now.
Yeah, exactly.
They found him in his old Corvette. They're finding him in his doghouse. I think he wallpapered at least 5 rooms inside his old courtroom.
Hunter Biden's laptop.
God almighty, man.
Humans were not involved in the death of a killer whale stranded on a Florida beach, and a green comet not seen since the Stone Age appears tonight. That and more coming up next during Woke News.
And by the way, that green comet thing sounds bananas. I read the story yesterday about it. Naked eye, or maybe with binoculars, and it's been since the Stone Age.
Yeah.
What?
Unreal. Yeah.
Look up MK Ultra.
That doesn't seem like that's related.
Conspiracies.
Right.
Dad
That's
doesn't love me.
Acid.
407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. I promise.
Text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes.
We might even give you credit.
Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Major problems on Goldenrod Road this afternoon. Both directions, north and southbound, are shut down between Valencia College Lane and Colonial Drive due to a crash at Marietta Street. Consider 417 or 436 for an alternate. Westbound travel on I-4 is stop-and-go ride between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Eastbound slow near Central Florida Parkway. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Hey guys, Jim here for my friends over at Solar Bear. I don't know if you know, but in Orlando last year, 3 different utility rate increases, and they're meeting regarding another rate increase. What you have to do is stop going along with these rate increases. Now is the time to go solar with Solar Bear, the #1 solar installer in the state of Florida, and they can help eliminate your power bill in 2023. They're the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state, locally owned and operated, and that means no subcontractors. All you have to do, just visit solarbear.com today for your free estimate, and check it out right now. No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months with credit approval. Say goodbye to your electric bill and say hi to Solar Bear. Solarbear.com.
Brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
It's Science on Tap in Lock Haven Park on Saturday, January 21st. Support Orlando Science Center and enjoy over 35 local breweries, interactive science demos, live music, food, and games. Get tickets now before they sell out at www.osc.org.
Hey, this is Gerard Butler, and I can't wait for you to see my new movie Plane. I play an airline pilot whose flight crash lands on an island run by a militia, and I have to rescue the passengers turned hostages. It's intense, and it's action-packed.
Flying only theaters tomorrow. Rated R.
Hear that? That's the sound of water coming from leaking pipes. Hi, this is Pete from Repipe Specialists. Let's end those leaks and the damages they can cause to your walls, ceilings, and floors by replacing those old, corroded, or brittle pipes with high-quality new ones. With over 30 years of experience and work that's guaranteed for life, Repipe Specialists will expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. Call us by this Saturday to save 20%. So long, water-dripping drum solos. If you have leaks or even low water pressure, call Repipe Specialists now at 407-337-4020 to schedule a free home estimate and to save 20% on your entire job, plus zero down, zero interest financing for the first 18 months on approved credit, local and insured. Call 407-337-4020 or go to repipe.com. That's 407-337-4020. Repipe.com. Repipe Specialists, making your repipe job fast, seamless, and simple. That's our specialty.
Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm a school teacher, and my husband is a firefighter. One day, we got the worst call of our lives. Our son was in a serious accident. We heard Glenn Klausman on Real Radio and called him to help. Mr. Klausman genuinely cared about our son and fought multiple insurance companies to get us a great result. We could reach him 24/7 on his cell phone. Mr. Klausman was our guardian angel.
I'm Glenn Klausman. Contact me at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Office, Winter Park.
The Daytona Boat Show January Super Sale is at the Daytona International Speedway, January 13th through 15th, with 17 of Central Florida's best boat dealers representing over 80 manufacturers. See a huge selection of boats, including the queen of the show, a 40-foot Cayman 401cc, all in one location. Held outdoors with great deals on new and quality pre-owned boats, bow riders, pontoon boats, ski boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and much more. Join us for a day of great music, and food trucks will also be available. The Boat Super Sale you can't afford to miss. More info at DaytonaBoatShow.com.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassey's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassey's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Orlando area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Office in Orlando. Online at CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
According to Moody's research from July 2021, the cumulative bond default rate for rated investment-grade municipal bonds was 0.10% from 1970 to 2020. Municipal bonds don't usually get the media coverage the stock market does, but if you're looking for a potential source of federally tax-free income, now is an excellent time to consider municipal bonds from Hanyon & Walsh. If you have at least $10,000 to invest, call and talk with one of our bond specialists at 1-800-761-9761. We'll send you our exclusive bond guide free with details about how bonds may be an important part of your portfolio. Hanyon & Walsh has specialized in fixed income and growth solutions for 30 years and offers high-quality municipal bonds from across the country that are federally tax-free and have historically been low risk. Call today to request your free bond guide. 1-800-761-9761. That's 1-800-761-9761. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results.
Here's today's Fortnite weather report. iHeartland has been hit by a major blizzard. The snow has turned iHeartland and Fortnite into a winter wonderland with new festive games, including a winter-themed escape room, a holiday obstacle course, ice skating, hidden holiday gifts, and more. Look out for upcoming special events from your favorite artists and podcasters all month, along with scavenger hunts and new How Fan Are You challenges. So embrace the holidays at iHeartland and Fortnite. Head to iHeartRadio.com/iHeartland today.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us easily 77031. We do have your 3 o'clock keyword. It's bank, B-A-N-K. Kick it over to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Remember, if you're playing the game, you got to keep your phone near you. That's how they tell you you've won. And if you see it say no caller ID, that could be the money. So again, your keyword is bank. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Ross is here. So is Chase Padgett.
Yo.
Sitting in with us today, which we appreciate greatly. Let's get some news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Woke News brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. You know he's also host of the Home Loans Radio Show. Here we go again. Attorney General Merrick Garland is appointing a special counsel to oversee the investigation into President Biden's handling of classified documents following his tenure as vice president. Robert Hur is taking on the role after serving as U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland during the Trump administration. He was Trump appointed. The announcement comes after Biden's team in November discovered classified records in a Washington, D.C. office previously used by Biden. That resulted in a subsequent search revealing an additional batch of records at Biden's Delaware home.
He was Hansel and Greteling.
So
leaving records all the way back to the National Archive.
Have we ruled out, because now this is back-to-back presidents that kind of fell into this trap, have we ruled out that they're just old and like, oh, where'd that one thing go?
Well, I don't know, but it makes you wonder, if all former presidents' residency should be searched for classified documents.
That's the thing with this. Is that, here's the thing. You can't say that you respect the whole idea of the severity of the documents, and then this happens. I mean, you shouldn't just haphazardly have sensitive information that could cause issue with the country in your private space anywhere. I don't understand how it even leaves the building.
The thing for me, though, I'm like, well, I don't know anything about classified stuff, but I would imagine everything that's classified is probably not of equal value.
Yeah, no,
right?
It's not. There's no question.
So I guess the one question I have, which will never get answered because I don't have clearance, is like, well, how classified is this classified?
Right. If you could just move away with them, it's like walk out with them. I don't know, man. I would think that stuff that would be ultimately classified, because there are also some documents they found that said top secret, which, like the Trump thing, they found some confidential, then they found some that were a little more sensitive. So I'm guessing maybe asset names, places, things like that would be the most sensitive.
Yeah, but no alien stuff.
Yeah, no alien stuff, unfortunately. That's what we want.
Air travel is slowly returning to normal at Florida airports following yesterday's nationwide ground stop. I checked before we came on the air today. Everything looks good for arrivals and departures. But the FAA says yesterday's problem was linked to a computer system failure. Apparently, during routine maintenance, an engineer swapped one file for another. And as we know, that never causes problems.
I love the fact that an extension conflict took air travel in the U.S. to its knees.
To its knees, literally. Right. Travelers are still encouraged to check their flight status with their airline for the most up-to-date information. And because this wasn't the fault of the airlines yesterday, right? If your trip was canceled or you were severely delayed to your destination, you do get your money back. Travel experts are reminding airline customers, that they are entitled to refunds if their flight is canceled, especially if your flight is canceled, maybe a few more steps or maybe on a case-by-case basis if it was delayed. But because those thousands of flights were affected yesterday, travel expert Scott Keys of Scott's Cheap Flight says you can get your money back because the Department of Transportation is crystal clear on the fact that if your flight was canceled or, again, significantly delayed, you're entitled to a full cash refund.
Wow, Mayor Pete.
He says if you're experiencing issues, file a complaint on the airline's website and ask for a cash refund. Don't settle for a travel voucher, but definitely check out the Department of Transportation website and see.
Yeah,
get your money back.
The most unsettling thing I saw or read about this morning was, I guess, to replace the system that went awry and update it is going to take a full year. Full year of nothing but work to get the systems transferred over into the new system that will hopefully eliminate situations like this. And it's not like this is happening every week. I've never even heard of this happening. Where the FAA system closes down and shuts down air travel.
I read from someone yesterday who said they spent 29 years in aviation and had never seen a day like yesterday before.
Imagine that's your job. Imagine I just didn't copy the file over right. Well, a lot of people didn't make it to a funeral.
Or a wedding, or a job interview, or a.
A story we started to cover as breaking news before we went off the air last night was a lot of police that had shown up at the Jennifer Estates neighborhood in Longwood. Unfortunately, a man and a woman are dead after that apparent case of domestic violence in Seminole County. The sheriff's office says a woman was shot yesterday in Longwood at that home on Jennifer Hope Boulevard in Jennifer Estates. She was found on the front lawn where she was then taken to the hospital where she unfortunately passed away. Meanwhile, inside the home, an elderly man was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Neither has been identified, and there's no word on what relationship those two people had.
Wow, what a mystery. How old was she? Did they say?
I haven't gotten any ages, just that, yeah.
We need Ben Juan Blanc.
It just goes to show there's been so many domestic violence cases.
I was going to say that yesterday, but you never want to really focus on this bumming, like the stuff that just bums you out. But there has been a spate of these things. Like I think like 5 of them in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's kind of like what is it called? Social contagion?
Yeah, it's kind of
in
odd,
a way it seems like that. I mean, you have the man out in Utah. You know, his wife had filed for divorce 2 weeks ago, and I mean, it's just these kinds of just horrible stories. Scientists who examined that killer whale found dead on a Flagler County beach Wednesday said the female orca appeared to be ill when it beached itself. Now, the sheriff's office says the killer whale measured about 21 feet long, weighed about 5,000 pounds. Officials with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said a team, this is from Click Orlando, worked through the night to collect samples for a necropsy of the whale. And from those samples, the team said it appeared there was no sign of humans or human interaction with the whale.
Oh, that's good.
And no sign of trauma like a boat strike. What they did determine, though, was that this whale was an older female, they said almost geriatric.
Oh, wow, really?
And had several disease processes already kind of going on.
Yeah.
Now, according to NOAA, this is why we all thought, like, wait a minute. Did you say an orca beached itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, according to NOAA, there is no record of a stranded killer whale ever being found in Florida or anywhere else in the southeast U.S., but apparently they really aren't that rare in these waters. There's they said they have a group that they watch in the Gulf of Mexico. There is a group in Atlantic. There have been reported sightings off the Bahamas.
Wow.
But because we don't see them close to shore, they're a deep water fish following schools of fish. If they're following their food source and they come this far south in the Atlantic, they can make it down here, but none has ever stranded this far south.
I've never even heard of a fisherman seeing one. From people just...
I know. That's why I was like, what?
That is so wild.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
It is wild.
It's right up there with that flock of flamingos that killed themselves in Seattle last month.
All right. Well,
that did not happen.
Now, as for the whale carcass itself, the Smithsonian has an interest in the skeleton of the killer whale carcass because it's so rare for that species to be stranded in Florida.
Right.
So they want to have their experts take a look at it and see what else they can discover about the animal.
Yeah, because you'd have to just buy an old one from SeaWorld and wait.
It kind of makes sense.
I'm just joking. I'm sorry.
It kind of makes sense. Like, it was an older female and it wanted to retire in Florida.
It's normal.
Yeah, no, it kind of tracks, actually.
Right. It's normal.
And how did we do this story for 2 days and not one of us thought of that?
And we know it's normal because its left flipper had been staying on since New York.
Has very strong feelings about its children dating a great white.
Figures, right? We get the geriatric everything.
Yeah.
All right. Opening statements are underway in the Proud Boys trial for their alleged involvement in the Capitol riot. I still do not understand how someone named Enrique Tarrio, who's the leader, and 4 members of the far-right extremist group are charged with conspiring to stop the peaceful transfer of power to President Biden by force. They're also charged with assaulting police officers, obstructing a government proceeding, and destroying federal property. Prosecutors say Tarrio knew about and was involved in talks about storming the Capitol and occupying buildings.
I saw a documentary where they're interviewing, this is the leader of the Proud Boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Enrique Tarrio, he's from Miami.
So they're talking about so how are you here? How do you make money? And he talks about, I make all these t-shirts, man. I'm the king of t-shirts. And then you see it and it's all these Joe Biden death, all these really aggressive right-leaning t-shirts. And then the interviewer goes, well, do you ever make t-shirts for the left? He goes, yeah, all the time. Yeah, I do. What? The leader of the Proud Boys was also making pro-Biden.
Sure.
Because it's a buck at the end of the day,
It's
man.
$1.
It's
Hey.
the same color and it's green.
Look, I'm a racist, but I see a good market when I see it.
Yeah.
All right, this is.
I'll take them liberal dollars.
They spend just as the same.
They damn sure do.
All right. Well, investigators may be close to finding a cause for the condo collapse in Surfside that killed nearly 100 people. A forensic engineer hired by the city discussed some of his findings at this week's town council meeting. He says his team is about 90% sure the 2021 collapse was not caused by geological conditions. He also says he found problems with the original design of Champlain Towers South when it was built 40 years ago. Town Commissioner Fred Landsman says more testing will be done to see if the building materials were also a factor. He also tells CBS 4 out of Miami it's likely to end up being 2 or 3 things that contributed to that building collapse. In Southwest Florida, believe it or not, human remains found this week in Fort Myers. And Fort Myers Beach mangroves, rather, are being identified as a Hurricane Ian victim.
Wow.
The Lee County Sheriff announced the remains are those of 82-year-old Ilonka Ness. Investigators say Ness drowned. Now, neighbors reported her missing after the storm passed more than 3 months ago. Oh, man. The Category 4 hurricane made landfall near Fort Myers in late September. It's blamed for at least 145 deaths in Florida.
Imagine.
Unbelievable.
Imagine
isn't it?
like living. I don't know if this is the scenario, but imagine living on your own. And you don't like really check in with stuff. You're just reading books. You live in a cabin by yourself.
Right.
You're like, I'm just going to go out for my daily stroll.
Which house coat should I pick?
Yeah. And then, wow, the sky's really getting, what? And then just.
Next thing you know, you're found in a mangrove 3 months later.
Yeah, exactly. There was video of a house like that was as it was being swept. I mean, it was one of those homes that was kind of up on pilings, and I think they probably assumed they were high enough to ride out whatever the tide was going to bring in. And as the water is starting to push that house off those pilings, you see the door open and someone peek out, and then the door shuts real quick, and the house is just, and all you can think is, oh my God. Luckily, with that particular video, the 2 people and the dog inside were able to get out by crawling through a window and then floating through the streets of Fort Myers.
Oh my God.
Which is crazy because then we read it because the coroners produced a list of how people pass, like, because people wonder, like, they always think it's just drowning or whatever.
Yeah.
And there were a number of people who waited 1 minute too long. The water's coming in. They raise up a window to crawl out their window. Pants get stuck.
What?
Yeah, they get stuck in the window and drown right there in the window, half in, half out.
Totally expected you to say like electrocuted.
No.
Belt loop.
Yeah, it's literally stuck in the window, and the water rose so quickly they
Yeah.
could not free themselves in time to get out and try.
And that's exactly what happened during Hurricane Michael. One of the victims they found was an old guy everybody knew, had been there for decades. They found him right outside of his pickup truck and his dog not long after. They thought they were going to have time to escape, and once that waves start coming in,
that's it.
There's no fighting it.
That's why I don't wear pants when it rains.
Attaboy.
Every time.
Good move. I can write that on a T-shirt.
It's just weird that we both do it.
Gotta get Enrico to print that for
Yeah,
me.
we never talked about it. We just do it.
Yeah.
The Florida National Guard is being sent out to the Florida Keys as the migrant crisis worsens. Key West Mayor Craig Cates says that will deter the influx of migrants coming over on boats and help officials if they do make landing. Governor Ron DeSantis recently declared a state of emergency, and that declaration will provide about a dozen planes, helicopters, and bolstering marine patrols. Last weekend, authorities responded to 2 landings with at least 53 Cuban migrants. The Coast Guard rescued 19 Haitians in Puerto Rico. Okay, we know it's going to get cold. Starting, isn't it tonight?
Tonight and tomorrow night.
Yeah, tonight, overnight, like between 2 and 5 in the morning is when the cold front's supposed to move in. Could be a cold, windy, rainy drive to work in the morning. Then we could look at some freezes over the weekend. Ocala could be looking at a long, like 4 to 5 hour duration freeze Saturday night into Sunday morning. So shelters are going to open around Central Florida this weekend as those temperatures drop. In Flagler County, the sheltering tree in Bunnell will open at 5:30 tomorrow and again on Saturday. In Osceola County, the First United Methodist Church in St. Cloud will open at 8 o'clock on Saturday, and residents can go to the church for free by alerting Lynx bus drivers that you're heading to a cold weather shelter.
Yeah.
The warm spaces are available for anyone without a reliable heating source. So if you know you have a neighbor who doesn't have working heat and tries to rely on that space heater, maybe encourage them to go there.
Yeah, today 78, tomorrow high 64, raining all day long, and then 52 and 59 for the weekend. Here's the beautiful thing. My kid's in town from Denver, for some sunshine. We were talking this morning. And
She's got to be so mad.
I'm like, sweet, I got bad news for you. She goes, I already know.
Oh, did you really?
She goes, oh, yeah. She goes, we come down here, it's like 10 up there, and they expect to get off the plane. I said, it's going to be the high Saturday's 52.
Oh, no.
She's like, oh, my God, I know.
And you got to be your sunshine.
Yeah, she brought...
That's what you need to do, Jen.
Bask in me.
Yeah. You have to provide the warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we know him for.
Exactly.
You shut up.
Warmth.
I invited you here. You be quiet.
It's onward and upward at Space Florida. Of the 76 U.S. launches last year, 57 of those bad boys were right here from Florida.
Oh, yeah, player.
Frank DeBello, who's CEO of Space Florida, touted the activity at the state's Aerospace Economic Development Agency Wednesday and said this year the manifest calls for 82 to 90 or 86 to 92 launches with billions of dollars in economic activity involving dozens of companies.
Right.
DeBello says we've come a long way from the end of the space shuttle program, which is true, and the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever been any busier on the Space Coast.
Ask, what's the peak for that?
We had multiple times last year where they were launched 2 in one day.
That's amazing.
And they're lining them up. It's like a racetrack station out there. They just pull your rocket up. All right, let's go.
Isn't it wild when a miracle ain't special no more?
I know, isn't it?
Can I get $250 million on pump 8?
Well, speaking of things that are still special and kind of miraculous in their own way, a comet that last streaked over the Earth in the Stone Age. We were still Neanderthals at that time.
I think it was 6.
It's making a comeback. The Green Comet will pass by Earth on February 1st, 50,000 years after its last flyby.
Wow.
Now, it could be visible tonight, but if viewing conditions aren't ideal where you are, keep this in mind. The Virtual Telescope Project is going to begin a live stream at 11 p.m. Eastern Time.
Wow.
So again, that's the Virtual Telescope Project.
That's the first year that Joe Biden misplaced the sheepskin.
Experts believe the comet will be visible to the naked eye by the 3rd week of January. So the closer we get to February, they say to look low on the northeastern coast. At some point, it should be near the North Star as well, which should make its visibility that much easier.
And if
look for the long tail.
If you can find an area without light wash, they said by the naked eye. But if you have just good binoculars and you kind of know where it is, or a telescope, that you can actually even see the tail of it.
So let me get this straight. So the last time it was here, it just happened to coincide with Homo sapiens flourishing in intelligence and taking over the world.
That sounds good to me.
All right, hear me out.
Okay.
What if this thing shows up and we have another boost in intelligence? Like, what if in like 4 months from now, we're all just like, I can do calculus at the drop of a hat.
Right. Well, the Hale-Bopp thing is what caused those people to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Because that guy convinced that cult that, that there was a spaceship in the tail of the comet, and that's where they were going. It turns out their blue Nikes didn't get them there.
It certainly did not.
Got to have the green Nikes for the green comet.
Oh, damn.
Also, this just breaking news we wanted to bring you that Lisa Marie Presley is in the hospital after suffering cardiac arrest.
Wow, really?
Yeah, TMZ reports paramedics performed CPR on her in her Southern California home before rushing her to the hospital. Her condition isn't known, but the outlet reports paramedics were able to regain a pulse at the scene. Of course, the daughter of Elvis Presley attended the Golden Globes just Tuesday, where Austin Butler won Best Actor for his portrayal of her father, Elvis.
Wow.
So, yeah, we will, of course, keep you up to date on that.
How old is she? She's got to be, what, in her like, early 50s or something,
I
right?
believe so. She's, yeah.
Yeah, because Priscilla's old.
Well, she's not old.
Well, yeah, I think she's almost 80. Priscilla Presley's older than you think, I believe. Guys, find Priscilla Presley for me.
To be fair, I mean, she started dating that guy pretty young.
She was 15 or 16, wasn't she?
Yeah, in fact, when her parents came to visit Graceland, Elvis had to have his guys, like, hurry the F around and move everything of hers out of their room and create her own room where her parents thought she was sleeping.
77.
77, okay, good.
Yeah, that's not old.
Okay, well,
Just-
when I'm 77, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm old, AF.
I know.
What do you call old here, Dad?
Right, no
I'm
joke.
just hoping my mom's not listening. I'm just saying it's not old. But now you all are officially woke. Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Did you know that mortgage guy, Don, is a mortgage brokerage? That means he's not a quarter bank or a retail lender. For those who don't know, mortgage brokers have direct access to wholesale lenders that we as consumers simply do not. But don't just take my word for it. See the difference for yourself and apply now. Get a quote or get a free analysis of your existing quote at thatmortgageguy.com. It's peace of mind literally at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I'm going to give you the best excuse for a DUI you've ever heard next on the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Jennifer Lopez once cut dancers from auditions on their tour solely because the astrological signs. What are you guys? What's your sign?
I am a Virgo.
You are? So you wouldn't even be a J-Lo dancer.
Gemini.
Gemini? That is
That is the number one
That
reason.
makes a lot of sense.
Number one reason I wouldn't be a J-Lo dancer is because I'm a Virgo.
Yeah. Otherwise, just drilling it.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. We have a sunny and warm afternoon ahead. Highs will be in the upper 70s, so well above seasonal for this time of year, but big weather changes on the way starting tomorrow morning as a cold front will move across the Florida peninsula, bringing a rise in shower activity, the chance for a few isolated storms, and then much cooler air arrives this weekend. Overnight lows will be in the 40s and 30s here locally. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa is bringing brisket back in a big way. Try it in a sandwich, bowl, or a panini. Brisket just got better at Wawa.
2023 is here, and I'm going to ask if LASIK is one of your New Year's resolutions. And if it's not, you got to do it, man. Simply amazing. Schedule that consultation with the leader in vision correction surgery. Of course, that's the Filatowski Eye Institute. All you have to do, it's easy. Just text 1041 to 868686 and schedule an appointment now. Guys, this changed my father-in-law and my son's life. Like, one of them was 60 and the other one was like 18. Completely different life altogether, and it can happen for you. And remember, they use the latest state-of-the-art technology, and their surgeons have performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures. You are in good hands. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that LASIK consultation with the Filatowski Eye Institute today.
More new cars in stock makes this year a happy you year. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando and get the new car you want in stock at Sutherland with no payments for 6 months. Plus, trade in your old car for $5,000 over book value. Click SutherlandBuysCars.com. See dealer for details.
Hi there, I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
It's the new year, and guess what? I'm in hot water. Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car, regardless of make, model, miles, or even condition. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. We've got the banks to break the ice with lower rates and smaller payments. So you can drive a car that's twice as nice. Come see me at RC Hill Mitsubishi. Check out the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2023 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. For your peace of mind, we provide a lifetime limited warranty. So dump that old ride you hate, and you can drive for $8. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
Anybody can win at
at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tampa. One jackpot is paid out every minute on the hottest slot machines and table games. With over $2 billion in jackpots paid out in the last year, you could be the next lucky winner. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa has over 800 rooms and suites, a luxurious rock spa and salon, award-winning restaurants, and an exciting comedy and concert lineup, including pool parties with world-renowned artists. With a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment options, anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
As a Walgreens pharmacist, I talk with people all the time about little tips and tricks for filling their Medicare prescriptions, like taking advantage of Walgreens 90-day refills to save them a trip, or using Refill by Scan, which is super easy and right on your phone. And for anybody worried about prescription costs, I say, hey, we got you, with low-cost copays on many medications.
Let's talk about making things easier. Walgreens is here. Fill your way and save at walgreens.com/Medicare. See pharmacists for restrictions and exclusions.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Your 3 o'clock keyword, you have about, 7 or 8 minutes or so. It's bank, B-A-N-K. We will have a freshie at the top of the hour. Deb just lost the 9. All right, 407-916-1041. I'm Jim. Deb is here. And Ross is here. And Chase Padgett in today with us, hanging out. I see that you didn't bring a guitar.
I did not bring a guitar today.
I've got a Rusty Strings monster up there.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it spends most of its time on that wall.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's an inch longer than when we hung it there 7 years ago.
Yeah. I can see how the dust has settled on it thanks to gravity and lack of motion.
All right, top of the hour, we'll have Brendan O'Connor in from Bungalore.com to find out what's happening this weekend. It's going to be a little chilly, so maybe we'll have some indoor opportunities for us, or maybe some outdoor stuff. It's only going to be in the 50s. It's still perfectly crispy. And by the way, I'm not saying this is the last blast. I'm not that guy. Like, who would say that?
Yeah.
Right?
You. Every other year we've done this.
But if you look at the 10-day forecast, it's going to be 52 on Saturday, and then like 8 days from then, it's going to be 83 degrees. Like, right into the 80s already.
Know.
So it's just a roller coaster ride that is Florida weather.
Third to last blast.
Yeah, third to last blast. All right, I told you guys.
DUI.
Yeah, right. So this British actress named Honeysuckle Weeks.
Great name.
It is. She's
Is this adult?
No. 43 years old. She started in a British detective show called Foyle's War. It was a drama. And she has admitted to driving under the influence, but said she had a great excuse. I will give each of you one guess. And I ask you to think as far out of the box as possible to what she told this cop in this court, the reason she was driving under the influence.
Okay.
Chase Padgett, you're first.
Okay. I'm going to go with she is a very strict diet vegan vegetarian person. She's had a lot of plums, and they have fermented in her system, thus creating the alcohol from inside her body.
That is a wonderful guess. Not accurate, but I love the creativity.
Okay, all right.
Ross Padgett.
8 moldy bread.
8 moldy bread.
Yeah.
That's what the witches did, right?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people think is how
Like that-
Salem witch trials came
exactly.
to be.
That's bad
ergot.
That's that ergot, that seed husk thing or whatever, right?
That ain't booze,
I
though.
know you're right. DUI though.
All right.
Influence. We don't say influence of what?
Oh.
Deborah?
She inadvertently drank her mouthwash instead of spitting it out.
Okay, that's fine.
It's a good excuse.
That doesn't work
I
either.
mean, no.
It's just my hygiene officer. It's too good.
Those are incorrect. The British actress has admitted to driving under the influence because she said she only did it to avoid being forced into a threesome. She was drinking out in November when she said she was invited to stay the night with friends in town in England, but she feared that she would be forced to engage in a threesome against her will, so she left and drove home drunk. Sir, I could have never stayed there. I was just about, I think, maybe to be sexually assaulted, possibly, maybe.
By people I consider friends, maybe.
Yeah. She starred in that show for a while. She was behind the wheel of her Honda CRV, bawling.
Yeah, that's wow.
She drove 15
What
seconds
show
later.
was she on?
She was in an accident and seen by an off-duty police officer who suspected that she was driving drunk. They asked her, and of course, then she said, "Sorry, officer, I didn't want to drive drunk, but I kind of felt that these guys that asked me to come over wanted to have a threesome, and I can't do that. So to avoid it, I put everybody else's life in danger by driving home hammered."
Okay, couple things. First off,
By the way, twice the legal limit when they tested her.
oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a goodie.
All right,
Now you got a new threesome. D, you, and I.
yeah. So first off, what I'm not hearing is like a proof like texts or like my life was in danger. What I'm hearing is I was pretty sure. I was like pretty sure they just wanted to do an Eiffel Tower on me. But like, secondly, you besmirched a Honda CRV, and as someone who owns and operates a Honda HRV, I
don't
would
you
love
dare.
to have a CRV, sir.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
This is the quote, right? Quote, "I was expecting to stay a night in a friend's house in Arundel,
Nice.
but a man in question invited his lover to the property, and I was in danger of being coerced into sexual actions with him, which I found extremely unwelcome." That's what she told the court. She actually said that in court.
All right.
Oh.
It sounds sideways to us, but can you reread that quote again in a haughty British accent?
Okay, hold on a second. Hello. I was expecting to stay a night in a friend's house in Arundel, but...
No, stop
Hello.
now.
It's not great.
No, stop
It's
now.
not great.
I love it.
That was horrible.
No, I thought you were killing it, Jim. Keep it
No,
up.
he was killing it. That's exactly what he was doing.
I was in danger. That's terrible. That's like Australian, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I was in danger.
Yeah. Maybe I should try Asian. That shouldn't get us in trouble.
That is a thing that we do at SAC Comedy Lab. We
I
have
wouldn't.
we have a if you don't look like that thing rule, then you cannot take that suggestion.
You cannot. She was banned from driving for 20 months and ordered to pay small fines if she completes drunk driving courses. 20 weeks will be taken off of her ban. She has been banned from driving in the past. In 2015, she was caught speeding with her son in the back of the car without a seatbelt. So this one's got some issues behind the wheel.
Wait, the son was in the back seat?
Yeah, her son was in the back seat jumping around without a seatbelt while she was hauling ass.
What the opposing barrister doesn't understand is that I'm an attractive woman in high demand in these lands, and I was to be coerced into a sexual throuple.
That sounds great. That's how I hope it sounded.
Yes.
I hope that's the guy in the part.
It is.
All right, 407-916-1041. Brendan O'Connor up next from Bungalore.com. Let's find out what's happening in Orlando this weekend.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Goldenrod Road is still shut down north and southbound between Valencia College Lane and Colonial Drive at Marietta Street. Consider 417 or 436 for an alternate. Stop-and-go traffic, too, westbound on I-4 continues between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Eastbound slowdowns, too, near Central Florida Parkway. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
GiveMeTheVin.com is paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Lots of people hired us. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When storms hit, we're here for you. With new grid technology that can reroute power to avoid outages, and better communication to keep you in the know. And as we transition to a cleaner energy future, we'll still be here for you, keeping your costs down even as we work to expand renewables and explore new energy sources. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we got Jose $210,000.
I had an accident where I was rear-ended. They tried to lowball me, and DeWitt, they stepped up and went after them and won. If you don't let go, just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
On the podcast, Hey Dude, the 90s Called, David Lasher and Christine Taylor, stars of the cult classic show Hey Dude, bring you back to the days of slip dresses and choker necklaces.
We're going to use Hey Dude as our jumping off point, but we are going to unpack and dive back into the decade of the 90s.
We lived it, and now we're calling on all of our friends to come back and relive it.
Listen to Hey Dude, the 90s Called on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance company, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Focus on getting better and let us take care of everything else. Our experienced team will get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life. In Office Orlando.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can take the restaurants out of America's Dairyland, but you can't take America's Dairyland out of the restaurants. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who appreciates a fresh meal that comes from the heart, let our team member Emma tell you what's special about the Culver's Way.
We take great tasting burgers seriously in Wisconsin. Favorite recipes, fresh ingredients, real Wisconsin cheese. It's a place where traditions matter. So of course it's where Culver's Butter Burger was born. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection, then topped with a lightly buttered toasted bun.
What can we say? To us, it's a whole lot more than a burger. It's a taste of home.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
It's Jesse Kelly here. I can't afford to lose 30% of my 401k or IRA again, and I'm assuming you can't either. Call Oxford Gold. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's it. You now own precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today to learn more about the 1, 2, 3 protection plan. 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD.
At Esporta Fitness, take advantage of premium fitness amenities with a 3-day free pass. Sign up today at startesportafitness.com. Get more workout for less with features like state-of-the-art strength and cardio equipment, free weights, a functional training area, and so much more. It's time to start fresh for less with our $0 enrollment fee. We have everything you need for a low monthly cost. Grab your free 3-day pass at startesportafitness.com. Subject to annual fees. Must pay first and last month's dues of $29.99 to join. Terms and conditions apply. Amenities and facilities may vary.
Is that a horse?
Actually, it's a wild stallion. Since Navy Federal Credit Union's Platinum Card made it easier to tame our holiday debt, I wanted to see if I could tame something else. Help me saddle up. I need to pick the kids up from school.
With a low intro APR on balance transfers, the Platinum Credit Card lets you take control of your debt. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/Platinum offer. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis. Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Bonus! You heard the man. That is your 4 o'clock keyword, BONUS. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance to win $1,000. They will call you. You're looking for no caller ID. And if you're playing the game, I don't care how far you are behind on your jet ski payment, you're going to have to pick up your phone if you want that $1,000. Again, your 4 o'clock keyword is bonus. Good luck. We hope you win. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack. Oh, excuse me. And Ross.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. I'm so used to saying it.
Yeah,
Chase Padgett
yeah,
dropping by today. We appreciate that greatly as always.
Yeah.
And every single Thursday at 4 o'clock, we invite our good friend Brendan O'Connor from Bungalore.com to tell us what's happening in Orlando. Give it up, Mr. Brendan. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
What's up, good friend? How are you?
Oh, you know, just out there pressing buttons and getting things started.
Your beard's tight, dog.
Oh, thank you.
It's very nice. You look good.
It's not really this dark. I think it's some holdover from Drag Bingo still.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just basically markering in my face now.
And your feed is really clear today. That's great, man.
Oh, thanks. I don't know what's up.
Yeah, I don't
no
either.
more Martians in the way, I guess.
All right,
They
very
left-
good.
they left Colonial. Did you see that?
What?
There were reports of UFO over Colonial Drive in West Orlando.
No. When?
Yeah, like early in the week.
Really? I didn't see
I'm gonna
that.
have to look that up.
Wow.
No pictures, so
Oh,
who knows?
didn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, buddy. What's happening out there this weekend? It's supposed to be a little chilly. Friday or Saturday, Sunday, not getting into the 60s even. Going to stay in the mid 50s, but that doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
Central Florida. You can bundle up. It's one of the only times of year we can do that. What's going on?
Well, first of all, I'm a little nervous because I'm booked to be a merman at someone's private party on Saturday. I don't know how that's going to go.
Terrifying.
Swimmingly.
Shivering in my seashells the whole time.
Yeah.
Orlando Fringe has their winter mini fest that just kicked off, so it's like the best of the Fringe shows from the previous year.
I'll be out
and,
there.
some of them are even on display at their new downtown campus. That just opened up last night. Did you boys get to go there? I know the Padgetts are pretty plugged into the Fringe.
We're pretty into the Fringe scene. Yeah, I wasn't able to make it there last night, but I am going to make it out there and see some shows this weekend. In addition to my own 6 guitar shows, I'm going to go see the Awkward Ballerina on Saturday, and then on Sunday, I'm going to go see my friend Paris Creighton's show Bloodline. And there's another show that I already know the guy who makes it, but on the title alone, I would go see this. It's called Critical Race Theory for Kindergartners.
Okay, good.
Oh,
yeah.
And it's
be careful, he's going to get banned.
I tell you
Hey,
what.
no, it's not a book.
He'll be just fine.
Yeah.
It's not a book. He's fine.
Not a book, and there's no drag queens.
Right,
so I'm
yeah.
sure,
He's fine. Safe.
There's a belly dancing event coming to town that's geared towards kids, and I'm like, how does that fly? And I can't host bingo.
You make a pretty good point. The last thing I want to do is see an 11-year-old working the belly.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah,
That's
no.
ridiculous. Crazy. Anyway, Winter Mini Fest, go check it out. They took over the old former Mad Cow space downtown, so there's a little bit of sexy drama if you want to see the new space and what they've done with the place.
It's real good.
Yeah, I was really impressed. And it's just because there were people there. Also starting this week is the Corridor Project. This isn't really an event. It's local art on billboards all across Central Florida. And keep your eyes peeled because I didn't know this. I just learned this. There's a photo of me as a merman underwater that's on a billboard somewhere. So I have to go on a hunt for it.
Cool.
And if you see it, slip into our DMs and tell me where you saw it.
Right on. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Jurassic World Tour is at the Amway Center, and it's basically giant puppet dinosaurs just wiggling around with live actors.
Have you seen those things, actually?
Okay, wait a second, because I poo-pooed this the first time it came to town. I'm like, this is such a money grab. And then somebody went and called and said, it is freaking amazing. Like, it's supposed to be very cool.
Yeah.
And if you have, kids, they lose their minds over. They're supposed to be pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The puppetry, just because they've been able to engineer lightweight stuff, you can put huge costumes on single people.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And they're so interesting. Like, you don't even see their little, black legs, dangling out underneath the dinosaur. You're really focusing on the dino.
Wow.
If you're into that kind of thing, Jimmy.
Very much so. I bet you that show is better than the third movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Way better.
Or any of them that came after the first.
Right.
Yeah.
The Central Florida Scottish Highland Games is this weekend, and I'm a little nervous about boys in kilts with this cold weather, but I'm sure they can rock through it.
They'll be fine.
All the clans. Oh, go ahead.
They'll be fine. All that scotch will keep them warm. It's fine.
Yeah, they'll toss them capers.
I'm here to help if they need it.
Come on, man.
All the clans are going to be there doing their things. I really am into the beer garden. If you don't want to go watch any caber tossing or anything, they always have a very strong beer garden at the Highland Games over in Winter Springs Central Winds Park.
That's it. Yeah, right on 434. Very easy to find. You'll see it happening for sure. It's a massive complex, but it's easy to find.
If you're going to buy tickets, buy them now before you have to pay it's like double the fee if you go up show in person.
Got it.
Make sure you buy it at a time and save $15. Prohibition Night at the Museum. It's like a Japper and Flapper kind of event over at the Seminole County Historical Society in downtown Stanford. And it sounds super fun, like a little 20s costume party supporting a local museum.
Yeah, that's
Go
cool.
check that out. The Downtown Orlando MLK Holiday Parade is Saturday morning, 10 a.m. It's the 39th annual event. The city of Orlando puts it on every year, so that's going to be great. The 6th annual amateur rib contest over at 1010 Brewing in Ivanhoe Village.
So that's a really cool thing that's brought to you by our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. They've done this for years, or they started doing it, and then pandemic hit, and they wanted this thing to be like one of those things. And what makes it so cool is this is not one of those, hey, it's at the fairgrounds and 7,000 vendors are going to be there. This is a choice few group of people at 1010 Brewing right there in Virginia, which makes it really kind of cool because it's smaller and it makes it more kind of personal. I don't know what the deal is with it, but man, you get some great food out there.
Yeah, free. I think it's free admission. If you want to vote on the winner, you have to pay, and then the money goes to Second Harvest Food Bank. I'm actually going to be there for a little bit as a judge. I'll be judging the ribs.
I actually may slide up as well, Brandon. I thought I was going to have something to do, but I actually may have some free time and come up as well. And 100% of the proceeds go to the Second Harvest Food Bank, which is great. A lot of times you'll hear about these charity organizations doing cool stuff, and you're like, wow, man, with all those people, they must have raised thousands. And, they're giving a percentage of the proceeds. This one is 100%, which is great.
Let me know when you come, and you can co-judge with me.
I'll give you a text.
Yeah, that'll help with all the ribs. I'm a little nervous about how many ribs I'm going to be eating before I go get into a merman outfit.
Yeah,
so this will be great.
You definitely want to consider that.
Wow, there's a lot of bubbles coming out of that merman.
Is that how
looking like a oil-spilled, greasy old man in a tail?
I figured out how he propels himself.
Yeah, his armpit hair is coleslaw.
I thought it was swimming the whole time.
No, he is rock still, just propelling right through.
Just vibrating. Johnny's birthday bash is this weekend. I don't know how many years, but it's Johnny's Other Side. It's a stalwart watering hole south of downtown. They're celebrating their anniversary this weekend. They're going to have live music. I know Oklahoma Stackhouse is playing on Saturday.
That's cool.
Which is a great local band if you've never heard them.
And for if you're not familiar with Johnny's, for God, I don't know how many years it's won Best Burger in Orlando, but it's one of the legendary hamburger cheeseburger spots in Orlando, and you can't get a bad meal there. It's a good time. It is a legendary party spot in the city.
They do a great job. I like the team there. Great healthy things too if you don't want to eat a burger.
100.
Other options there. Air Supply. It's playing at Hard Rock Live this weekend. Saturday,
wow.
I'm all out of love.
Making love.
So lost without you.
I so wanted you to say Air Supply is also playing at Johnny's filling station. How the mighty have fallen.
Perfect fit.
Yeah.
I would go.
Yeah. Are you kidding?
I need more of a Hair Supply kind of band. More of
a. We know.
You and me both. How do we get? I'm always wearing a hat. You're good. You're just rocking.
Yeah, I have to. I don't have a choice, and I can't get fake hair, man. I could never live with myself. Not saying it's bad for anybody. I can't do it.
Say, I need hair.
You're fine.
I've got like 4 chest hairs.
You're fine. You don't.
But dude, that scalp ain't going nowhere. Dad never lost his hair, and you have Dad's genes from top to bottom.
But when I'm naked, I look like a giant butt cheek, dude. Like I'm not.
What do you care? You already locked down your wife. You're good.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
but I want her to love my body.
Oh well, buddy.
I
listen,
mean, she signed up for life. Like,
yeah. That's some push-ups and sit-ups away. That's got nothing to do with your clammy skin and hairless chest.
yeah, Ross. I mean, maybe you should get up at 6:30 with me and go to the gym.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's next, Brendan?
Eat your breakfast. You'll be fine. There's a drawing Venus, a drag live drawing session on Sunday. You can join together with some friends and sketch Venus Envy, a local drag queen, between 2 and 4 over at the Grain Bar. Oh no, I'm having an aneurysm.
Okay, that's fine.
Grape,
we'll wait.
Grape and Grain in Ivanhoe Village.
What a great concept for an event.
Right?
Oh my, that's so fun. Like everyone's seen like, drawing courses on like, sitcoms or whatever, but to have like a sassy drag queen just lay into how you're doing while you're doing it, that's fun.
And they're all sassy. We have a quiver of sassy drag queens in the city.
Oh, for sure we do. Yeah.
One's duck lipping us now.
Yeah. And I'm feeling properly scolded.
Yeah, right on.
That's my superpower. Down the line, Styx is coming into town. I want to believe it's next week. I want to say Wednesday, 8 p.m. at Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center.
Great song. They have like so many good tunes. I mean, that's like a best of. I mean, you could, if they played for an hour and a half, you would know every note.
Mm-hmm.
You would know every lyric. They're monsters.
Orlando Beer Week is opening next week. I want to say on Friday at a la carte. So it'll be a week-long celebration of local beer scenes, but it starts at a la carte with a takeover of all of their taps. It's going to be all of the local breweries are going to be there hanging out. So that's a great thing if you just want to get into local beer. No better place for you to do it than a la carte on Friday.
There's so many good brewers in Central Florida, man. So many, nationally recognized, by the way.
Did we talk about the Acrocats yet, Deb? Have I told you that this is happening?
No.
It's a cat circus. And they've been here before, but they teach cats how to play musical instruments. They balance on weird things. They ring bells. It's crazy. Skateboards, jumping through hoops. The amazing Acrocats. They'll be downtown. I want to say they're at the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center, January 20th to the 23rd. Oh, sorry, it's the Orlando Rep over at the Lock Haven Park.
Now, are they selling jean short overalls there as well?
No, they're just assuming you'll bring your own.
Okay, good.
And listen, everyone there is going to be single. So go ahead, meet up with someone, flirt a little bit.
Right, yeah.
Pretend that you care about pebbles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And have yourself a relationship.
Bring your feline-themed sweater.
And by the way, if you pick the over and under on Disney stickers on the cars in the parking lot, you win a cat.
Who will do your
That's
taxes?
all I got for you. That's all I got for you. Come on out every Tuesday if you want to join my bingo Tuesday, 7 p.m. at Tactical Brewing in Baldwin Park. It's a good time.
How long's that been going on now?
We started in August.
Yeah, I was
So
going to say,
when
it's got to be 6 months or so, right? You've been doing it a little bit now.
Yeah, we used to do it with Doug Bowser, and he passed away, and then I kind of jumped in to help them do it for the next couple of months. Then they just gave me the contract, so we've been there ever since.
How long is it? Like a year long, 6 months? What's the deal?
Now it's just indefinite. There's no end to it. We just keep doing it until people stop coming. But it just gets busier and busier every week.
That's awesome. I swear on my life I'm going to get out there one week and hang out. I've told you I'm going to, and I'm going to. I promise.
I love it. Daniel Dennis wants to co-host if I put him in drag.
Oh,
so
really? Well, he's right there.
He's open to you too.
He can moonwalk home. He's literally right around the corner.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at a Kim Colbert.
No. There'll be no Kim Colbert.
On.
I've done all that I'm going to do in my career. I've done as much drag as I'm ever going to do.
Come on, Kim.
No.
What if we draw you?
What?
Yeah. What if we draw you? What if that's part of it? You can just sit there and we'll just feed you free drinks.
No, guys. No.
Can I do your makeup?
No. You get all gussied up.
Oh, come on.
No.
Be a pretty little lady.
We'll talk
Come
about
on.
it later when I see
Come
you.
on.
We'll talk about it.
No, we're not going to talk about
it.
You can talk about it with somebody, and then they can tell me about it, and then I'll tell them no.
Okay, fair.
All right, good. You guys give it up. Brendan O'Connor.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
If you missed any of this, bungalower.com, not only do you have the information there, it's a website about Orlando, all the cool stuff. And if you want to be one of the cool kids, you got to go to bungalower.com. Brendan, have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next Thursday.
All right, guys, you're doing a great job, Chase.
Thank you.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Bungalower brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Saturdays at 9 here on Real Radio 104.1.
Goldenrod Road remains closed from an accident between Valencia College Lane and Colonial Drive at Marietta Street. Consider 417 or 436 for an alternate. We're still seeing a stop-and-go ride heading west on I-4 between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Eastbound travel on I-4 is slow too near Central Florida Parkway. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by WaltDisneyWorld.jobs/job fair.
We're hiring. Come be a part of the magic at Walt Disney World Resort. Discover full-time and part-time roles, including custodial, food and beverage, culinary, and more. Learn about upcoming events at WaltDisneyWorld.jobs/job fair.
Brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
This is the Piketon Massacre, Return to Pike County.
New details into what was uncovered at the gruesome crime scenes in Pike County.
Accused murderer George Wagner faces a judge and jury.
No Wagner family DNA was found at the crime scene.
Will he face the death penalty or will he walk free?
This case is about to blow wide open.
Listen to the Piketon Massacre Season 4. Trials begin on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jurassic World Live Tour. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Check out the pre-show experience. Take photos with life-size Jurassic World dinosaurs included with your ticket.
Playing this Friday through Monday at the Amway Center.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
According to Moody's research from July 2021, the cumulative bond default rate for rated investment-grade municipal bonds was 0.10% from 1970 to 2020. Municipal bonds don't usually get the media coverage the stock market does, but if you're looking for a potential source of federally tax-free income, now is an excellent time to consider municipal bonds from Hanyon & Walsh. If you have at least $10,000 to invest, call and talk with one of our bond specialists at 1-800-761-9761. We'll send you our exclusive bond guide free with details about how bonds may be an important part of your portfolio. Hanyon & Walsh has specialized in fixed income and growth solutions for 30 years and offers high-quality municipal bonds from across the country that are federally tax-free and have historically been low risk. Call today to request your free bond guide. 1-800-761-9761. That's 1-800-761-9761. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results.
It's Jesse Kelly here. I can't afford to lose 30% of my 401k or IRA again, and I'm assuming you can't either. Call Oxford Gold. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's it. You now own precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today to learn more about the 1, 2, 3 protection plan. 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD.
Anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. One jackpot is paid out every minute on the hottest slot machines and table games. With over $2 billion in jackpots paid out in the last year, you could be the next lucky winner. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa has over 800 rooms and suites, a luxurious rock spa and salon, award-winning restaurants, and an exciting comedy and concert lineup, including pool parties with world-renowned artists. With a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment options, anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. The Daytona Boat Show January Super Sale is at the Daytona International Speedway, January 13th through 15th, with 17 of Central Florida's best boat dealers representing over 80 manufacturers. See a huge selection of boats, including the queen of the show, a 40-foot Cayman 401cc, all in one location. Held outdoors with great deals on new and quality pre-owned boats, bow riders, pontoon boats, ski boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and much more. Join us for a day of great music, and food trucks will also be available. The Boat Super Sale you can't afford to miss. More info at DaytonaBoatShow.com.
Follow the Bible in a Year with Jack Graham podcast today. Begin your New Year's resolution with the Bible and see why millions have already started Bible in a Year with Jack Graham.
This podcast was created to help you solidify your faith as you experience the story of the Bible through live action recordings and emotional orchestral music.
Listen to Bible in a Year with Jack Graham on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
So apparently Facebook is still a thing?
Search gym members and join our group.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. 4 o'clock keyword, guys. That's bonus. BONUS. Go to realradio.fm, enter that, and then send it away for your shot to win $1,000. Again, it's bonus. That is your 4 o'clock keyword. Welcome back. I am Jim, Deb, Jack, and God Almighty, Deb, Ross, and Chase are here.
Yeah!
I get so used to just saying that. It's so terrible. And I see you're not Jack.
You got to be more present.
Maybe that's the case. I just get into the mantra of coming back into the program and just say that over and over.
I mean, that's what we do. It's how we get through our lives.
Thanks, Jack.
You know, no problem. No problem, Ross.
All right, 407-916-1041. Colbert Court coming up in a couple seconds with our buddy Glenn Klausman. And then in the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to talk to Chase a little bit more about his show coming up. 6 guitars this weekend?
This weekend, next weekend, and the weekend after that. The whole
nice little run.
Month. Yeah, it's really good.
When do you go back to Canada?
I'm not going back to Canada. I might make a trip up there in March.
Oh, really? But
yeah.
You don't have anything scheduled up there? Your season's over up there, per se?
For right now, I'm actually waiting on I'll probably have like a 2-week tour of weirdly Manitoba, probably in the fall, actually. Just got an email about that today. But
why is it you spend so much time in Canada? That's very interesting to me because the show is so good. You could play the show anywhere, but you do spend a lot of time in Canada.
It's even though they have a tenth of the population, they have 10 times more arts funding
per
capita
yeah.
on a federal level. That's not even counting like provincial level.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like the number of times I've heard my friends say, I'm writing a grant for this project that I'm working for, almost exclusively happens with my Canadian friends.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And
so you pitch to the Canadian government that you want to create a show, and they give you money to do that?
They can. Yeah, totally. And they also have municipally funded venues, too. So, like, there's way more venues in Canada, I think, per capita that are like 500-600 seat range.
Yeah.
Which are tricky to monetize properly because it's loosely the same amount of operational costs as 1,000 seats. But you can't really make a profit unless you're doing longer runs like I'm doing right now, or you're doing at least 300 seats. And like, look at Orlando, I love Orlando. There is no Roadhouse venue in this town that's like 500-600 seats.
Yeah, there isn't really like that because all the event centers are. You have Universal, obviously has Hard Rock. Disney has the House of Blues. Both of those are, I think,
about 1,000.
30, right at 3,000 for Hard Rock, right, and then right at like 1,800 for the House of Blues or something like that, or 1,200.
That's more than I thought. Yeah.
I mean, that's with no chairs.
Yeah, that's no chairs. That's concert, standing type thing.
Yeah.
And then here in town we have the Art Center, But then we have DPAC, and they have that smaller center there, but still the Dr. Phillips Center was $35 parking and all that other stuff.
Yeah, and that only exists at 300 seats. So for like 6 guitars to really be profitable, if I like self-produce it somewhere, I'm in charge of all the advertising and stuff. The real sweet spot of venue that I'm looking for is about a 500 to 600 seat venue, and there just seems to be way more of them across Canada.
You know, I find very interesting right now, it just hit me, talking about the grants that the Canadian federal government gives. Jim, you saw 5 naked dudes because of the Canadian federal government.
So I can blame them?
You could.
What was that?
So I do the late night talk show at Fringe, and one of the people that I interviewed was a burlesque troupe called Oh Manada.
Yeah.
Oh, those dudes are great.
And
I
they
love those
that
dudes.
it totally got completely naked.
And then
it was odd.
Yeah, you saw everything.
Yeah, it was odd. I mean, completely naked.
I think I filmed them, actually.
Yeah, you may have.
Yeah.
I got their permission. They hired me. Let me be very clear.
Yeah, but they weren't even doing their show.
Creeper.
Yeah, they were sleeping pretty heavy.
Yeah.
We just want this for our own personal collection.
That's interesting, though. And there's so many great performers that came out of Canada. You know, you talk about the comedy scene and Canadians. And, I mean, you look at SNL over the last, 20 years. And the massive stars that come from there, a lot of them, Mike Myers and the such, a lot of them are Canadians. I guess maybe because, up there as an artist, you don't have to worry about what you're going to eat and everything from day to day because maybe there are grants that can help you do that while you kind of go after your craft.
They invest, they almost, I think, as a culture, see the arts as like a cultural R&D. Where like when you put money into a research and development thing for a big corporation, for engineering or whatever, you understand that maybe 1 out of 10 of these will actually turn into something.
Right, yeah.
Right. But that 1 out of 10 could be a game changer. And I think the Canadian government really does that well. A perfect example, and then we can move on, is the Canadian Improv Games. Almost every high school in all of Canada has an improv team. And they take it seriously.
Wow, like a theater troupe here, like a theater group in the States.
Yeah, totally. But then they will actually do like short form Who's Line style competitions.
That's cool.
And then there's actually, it's almost like a sports team where they like, no, we're going to States, or we're going to the big conference in Ottawa or whatever.
Yeah. We do that in the U.S. It's video games.
Yeah. It's
just
mostly
as fulfilling.
Twitch, and you got to be pretty hot.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Our buddy Glenn Clausman up next with the Colbert Report.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. We have a sunny and warm afternoon ahead. Highs will be in the upper 70s, so well above seasonal for this time of year, but big weather changes on the way starting tomorrow morning as a cold front will move across the Florida Peninsula, bringing a rise in shower activity, the chance for a few isolated storms, and then much cooler air arrives this weekend. Overnight lows will be in the 40s and 30s here locally. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. MVP's bonus days are back for pros at Lowe's. Now through January 20th, pros save and earn bonus points on top brands like DeWalt. Join Lowe's MVP's program today and shop bonus days only at Lowe's.
Man, let's get you a new bathroom. You can do that at Rebath in Mid-Florida, and it doesn't take a lot of effort. A lot of times you just kind of get overwhelmed with a job like that. Seeing somebody tear your entire bathroom out of the house and then maybe put something back in, but you don't know how they're going to do it. You don't know how it's going to go. You've heard all those nightmare stories about contractors taking your check and then disappearing for weeks if they show back up, and then after it's all said and done, the job is shoddy. You don't get a guarantee on stuff like that. That's the great thing about Rebath. Not only do you get incredible products with names you've known forever, like Moen and Kohler, Birch Cabinetry. That's what they install, but you get great craftsmanship as well, and you get that in a timely manner. 4 to 6 days is how long it takes to install their new bathroom because they build it outside, then they just install it in your house. And the products are amazing, guys. You can actually see them. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. That's where the showroom is. You'll walk in and see some models set up. Those are just to show you what the products look like in the form of a bathroom. Every bathroom is a custom bathroom. And if you have one of those garden tubs, tubs that you don't use anymore, that's space that you could be using for a beautiful shower. Let Rebath show you how. Log on to the website, rebathmidfla.com. Check out the before and afters, then book your appointment. Your new bathroom is right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
It's Science on Tap in Lock Haven Park on Saturday, January 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. Support Orlando Science Center for an afternoon of brews, food, and more during this fundraiser, featuring over 35 local breweries. Sip your way through interactive science demos, live music, and get tickets now before they sell out at www.osc.org. Become a VIP and get in early with 2 full pours. Proceeds from this event help inspire science learning for life for everyone through the support of educational experiences at Orlando Science Center.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers on everything from storage solutions to...
I'm sorry, did you say hundreds?
Yeah. Check out our offers on shelving and desks.
Ooh, what about mattresses?
Yep, those too.
Dressers? Sofas?
Yes and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Our winter sale is almost over. Visit us in-store or at ikea-usa.com/offers to save through January 22nd. Offer dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and ikea-usa.com/offers for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
On the free iHeartRadio app, you never pay to hear what you love, and you never wait to hear what you want. Save your money, save your time, and listen anywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
That bill's piling up? Temporary prescriptions not cutting it? When your pet has an unscratchable itch, dull coat, or fur loss, you do everything you can to help. But the truth is, these issues start with their food. Sometimes pets just need a little something to balance out their bowl. Dinovite nutritional supplements add essential nutrients to mealtime to support a healthy digestive tract, skin and coat, and immune system. Because when your pet is their healthiest self, they're also their happiest self.
We were at a loss until we tried Dinovite. After just a few weeks, Maggie stopped all the itching and shedding. She had a healthy, shiny coat. Just a huge relief for all of us, but especially Maggie.
Get a free probiotics booster with your purchase of Dinovite for dogs by using code DOG at dinovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Is it getting harder to find new customers? After all, it's one thing to run a business and another to grow it, especially these days. But what if you had access to everyone listening to me right now? Access to all the customers in your area. As the #1 audio company in America, iHeartMedia gives you access to all the customers you need to grow at a fraction of the cost of digital, video, and social advertising, with experts ready to craft your message fast. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Checkers $5 meal deal is for people who know what it's like to stretch. Every dollar. Ooh. Before you pull a hammy, get to Checkers and feast on our $5 meal deal. Fill up on a fully dressed Checker burger or Fry Lover's burger, plus 8-piece white meat chicken bites, Checkers oh-so-famous seasoned fries, and a 16-ounce drink. Oh, mama, that's a lot. For just $5. The Checkers $5 meal deal. Woo. No stretch required.
Florida residents get it for only $16.50 now through the end of January at Gatorland.
Real radio.
104.1.
Obviously, this is why YouTube was created. Obviously, at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Ross is here.
It's true.
Chase Padgett in with us today. Good to see you, buddy.
Hola.
And every single Thursday around this time, we do Colbert Court.
What you are listening to is real. Well, sort of. The participants are not actors. That's a fact. This is, however, a real case that will be decided here in our forum, the Colbert Court.
Colbert Court brought to you by our friend Glenn Klausman. That's Klausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. That is KlausmanLaw.com right there in Winter Park. Glenn, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Good to see you all.
Good to see you as well. Happy New Year. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, feeling better. I had the flu for a few days, but I'm over it.
How long did it have you down? Like 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, that's about it.
You have respiratory stuff with that?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Good.
Too bad. Fatigue, mainly fatigue.
That RSV thing is kind of going around and not killing people, but it's kind of giving them some serious lung issues.
Yeah, and I had a flu shot last February, and I still got. Maybe the flu shot helped me be, have a real mild case.
Yeah, I mean, maybe so.
I'll get it again.
Yeah, you probably will. I mean, we're always going to get it. I hope I don't get it. I hate the flu. I hate the aches, I think, more than anything. Like when your knees and elbows and start aching, I can't stand them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Glenn, before we hop into what you sent me today, which I think is absolutely fascinating, did you see the update on that Geico case?
Which Geico case?
Do you remember the case we read where a woman got, I think, herpes?
Herpes or HPV.
Herpes while having sex in a car that was insured by Geico. She sued Geico, and they were going to award her like $2.5 million or something. But apparently, I guess a court just ruled that Geico was not responsible for that.
That's a shame. I remember the case when it came down that Geico didn't even bother defending the case. And because they ignored it completely, that's why the big judgment was entered against them. So I don't know what's happened since that has allowed them to get off the hook.
Yeah, I read that case today, and I actually pulled it to kind of talk about it a little bit. But Geico off the hook on that. I mean, again, I never understood how could they even possibly be on the hook for that. But that's sometimes in the law we don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, well, as an insurance company, you've got an obligation to defend your person who's being sued, and you choose not to defend them, and you leave them hanging out there, and that person trying to get out from under it enters into an agreement with the person that's suing the person, and then Geico's on the hook for the money that the people agreed to pay, as long as it wasn't some kind of collusion that went on, and maybe that's why the appeals court reversed it. But in that case, what happened was the person got sued, and Geico had an obligation to defend him and just ignored him. And the guy had no choice at that point but to say, all right, well, I'll enter into some kind of agreement, and then you guys go after Geico and get the money. That's what happened.
Yeah. Well, apparently Geico is clear to that, so I don't know where it goes from there, but I'll read it up, and maybe we'll find out more about that a little bit later today. This case you sent over today is really kind of fascinating because, again, it's just like one of these things where it's just a set of rules that you're not 100% sure on. And in Central Florida, I think this is maybe even more important than almost any other state in the U.S. Would you agree with that?
You are absolutely correct.
All right, let's read this case real quick. Now, Chase, Colbert Court is basically Glenn, of course, is a personal injury attorney that really focuses on car accident. That's his real specialty. He'll send us a case over. We read it. We go around the room. We discuss it between the four of us to see if we can find out what we think the solution is, what path he should take or is taken.
I'm pumped.
And then afterwards, he tells us exactly what really did happen and why. And this segment has really been very eye-opening for people throughout the years that we've done it, because a lot of things you think would be patently illegal don't turn out that way, and then vice versa. It is weird because the law has a different language altogether, and we have learned together that maybe we don't know anything about what we think we know about. And to be honest with you, this particular thing, I know for a fact there are so many weird little loopholes and little bumps that I don't even know where to go to begin. But let's do this story right here. All right, here we go. Gabby was a passenger. Did you need to add something, Glenn?
Well, and we do this, at least I do this, with the hope that we're educating people to help people help themselves, and that's kind of the message all the time with these cases.
Yeah, 100%. We're just trying to enlighten things that people would maybe get themselves into because they get misled by an insurance agent or misled by somebody to make them think that this is the right thing to do and well within their legalities. But then again, one simple decision could cost you tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, not even like in punitive stuff, just simply to make yourself better and get a new car.
Yeah.
So let's go with this one. Here we go. Gabby was a passenger in a friend's vehicle that stopped in the emergency lane of a local Orlando toll road.
No,
All right.
Gabby.
An underinsured and drunk rental car driver rear-ended Gabby's vehicle at a speed in excess of 80 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh.
Gabby was rendered a 23-year-old quadriplegic by the collision and now lives solely on the support of her loving parents.
Oh.
Rental car companies put 2 billion rental vehicles on the road each year. In 2021, rental car companies made $32 billion in revenue. What amount of insurance should rental car companies be required to have to compensate victims injured by rental cars? And what amount of insurance should renters be required to have for injuries that they cause to others? Gabby now, at 23 years old, has no life. And on top of that, she has now become, I'm not going to say burden because I don't mean it that way, but it's now become a lifelong responsibility for her mother and father.
Yep.
She was hit by a guy who was driving a rental car who was underinsured and drunk. She was the passenger in a friend's vehicle that stopped in the emergency lane of a local Orlando toll road.
Oof.
So the question being, what amount of insurance should rental companies be required to have to compensate victims injured by rental cars? And here, it better be a lot, because this feels like a couple $1 million minimum.
I have questions.
Okay.
Is there any more detail about why she was stopped in the emergency lane? Was it an actual emergency, or was she just like, oh, look, a butterfly, I'm gonna pull over?
No, these folks were stopped in an emergency lane. This is a case another lawyer has that he's trying to help these folks as best he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were legally stopped in the emergency lane.
So we're legally okay.
So the stop they were making was not illegal. They were using the emergency lane as it should be used.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then the guy that was driving the vehicle was drunk, obviously swerved over into that lane and then hit them going 80 miles an hour from behind. Jesus. By the way, do you happen to know what the driver, is the driver okay of this vehicle? The one that Gabby was in?
Yeah, I don't know the facts on that. Yeah.
Okay. So what we're trying to figure out is what amount of insurance should rental car companies be required to have? Now, I mean, obviously, Glenn, this seems like an extreme case because, I mean, where do you even begin? I mean, I know that in my personal insurance, I can have $500,000 if I want, depending on, how much money I want to pay for it. So I guess the Florida state law is going to determine, obviously, how much insurance rental car companies have to carry at any given moment for not only damage to other vehicles that they cause, but also to other people that they cause.
May I ask a question to the court?
Faticus Inch.
What does the words underinsured mean in this context? Have we really soaked those two words in?
That's actually a good question, Glenn, because you would think that someone in a corporate situation could not be underinsured. That would be impossible.
Ha! My point.
Well, this personal drunk driver didn't have enough insurance. I don't remember if it was a $10,000 policy or what, but obviously not enough. Very underinsured.
Well, now, wouldn't that then fall on said car rental company? Why are you giving out cars to people who are uninsured?
I think what he's saying is, even if your personal insurance doesn't go in there, how much more should the rental company have to cover the balance that you can't because you are underinsured?
I have another question. Is the coverage at some level null and void from the car insurance company because he tested over the legal limit? Like, is that not a factor?
Not
anymore?
an issue here. Not an issue here.
Okay.
I apologize, Glenn, for my brother can be an idiot sometimes.
Please
Oh, no, you guys are asking good questions.
Deb, I mean, noodling this?
Yeah, unfortunately, I just think with, especially in the climate in this state, Forcing rental car companies to provide adequate enough insurance is going to be an uphill fight.
Yeah.
Now they ask you, don't they ask you at the desk if you want to add more insurance to your policy other than what they have? Is that their only responsibility to say to you, hey, look, we offer this insurance as part of our agreement, but you could also purchase extra insurance if you would like to? Is it the onus of the renter at that point to either accept or deny that policy? Glenn?
Yeah, well, at that point, it's the person renting that is asked the question, and their response could be, well, I have the minimum $10,000. And at that point, what do you do? What should the rental company be doing?
Exactly. I can't see them turning away customers without enough insurance coverage, because they would, $32 billion in profit is a lot to ask them to give up in the name of making the roads safer.
And by the way, let's think, guys. This sounds callous, I guess, but let's say they rent a Corolla. What's a Corolla cost? $25,000. I guess you cause an accident that has
right catastrophic
$2 million in punitive. That's not even a number you can put on something like that. You took the life from a 23-year-old. She's alive, but that doesn't mean anything. She has no life. There's no quality of life there.
There's probably $2 million in a single year could be spent on her medical care. So
this is so brutal. And I think, Glenn, but when you put rental car companies, when you put the revenue, that leads me to believe that maybe this is going to be one of those shocking answers. We're simply not going to believe that in a state that probably rents more cars than any single state in America. I can't imagine anybody rents more cars than we do here in Florida.
May we back this up? What is the original question?
What amount of insurance should rental car companies be required to have to compensate victims injured by rental cars? And what amount of insurance should renters be required to have for injuries they cause to others?
I would. My guess is next to nothing, because if they're supposed to ensure the personal safety and injury of everyone else on the road outside of their own cars, at some level, that's just going to be completely unsustainable as a business model. So my guess is what should, but is probably a different thing. I'm guessing they're not responsible for that poor young lady whatsoever legally.
Yeah. I don't even know. Go ahead.
One of the things the rental car companies want to make sure is you have enough insurance to protect their car.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But the cost,
yeah.
But the cost of replacing a car versus the cost of a lifetime of full around the clock care, though, there's several zeros between those two numbers. So, and if you're hedging against, it's unlikely, but these things clearly do happen. I don't know. I really don't know.
Glenn, I'm at a complete loss on this one. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Why don't you just kind of narrate it through us and explain what's happening?
Oh, sure. All right. Well, up to 2005 in Florida, when you rented a car, the car insurance company would make you carry enough insurance up to $100,000. If you didn't have it on your own policy, you'd have to have it. They would sell it to you. You'd be forced to buy it because, as we know, if I loan my car to somebody and they get in an accident, I'm at fault. In Florida, we have a law that's called vicarious liability, where the owner of the car who loans their car to somebody else is always going to be on the hook. But what happened in 2005 was on a federal level. An amendment was passed to a highway bill that George Bush signed that said no state can require rental car companies to have insurance to protect the injuries caused to people or to property, people or property. So that law was passed in 2005. Now in Florida, there's been attempts in the legislature to go back to the old, at least make people buy insurance that they have $100,000 worth of coverage. The average policy for full coverage, $100,000 might be something like $3,000 a year, which if you're renting a car would cost you another $8 a day in insurance. And from everybody's standpoint, because you never know when you're going to be the victim of somebody driving a rental car that's from out of state or out of the country that is not the best driver and doesn't know the roads and doesn't know the rules of the road here, is going to injure you or catastrophically injure you. you'd want to know that there's going to be coverage for that person. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to get a workaround the existing law to require insurance companies, to require rental car companies to make sure people who are renting their cars have at least $100,000 of insurance. If you've got it, then you don't have to pay that extra $8 a day or whatever it is when you rent a car. And that's such a small price to pay for the devastation that rental car injuries cause to people. And it's changed since 2005, much worse.
And just the math alone, I mean, you know for a fact, if you're in Florida driving on a road here in Orlando or maybe down in Miami, Tampa, I mean, you have a much better chance of encountering someone driving a rental car than you do, let's say, in North Georgia.
Yeah.
Or let's say anywhere in Texas, with the exception of maybe Dallas and Houston. Or, I mean, I could do this all day long. I mean, Florida is the epicenter for travel globally. And
we have a lot of tourists from the United Kingdom who drive on the wrong side of the road, and they come to a stop and they're going to make a turn and they're turning into the wrong lane. And Chase, we're not talking about making the rental car companies responsible for the total catastrophic damages that they cause. We're talking about, let's come up with a number, $100,000 or whatever it is. If the it's not the rental car company that's going to be on the hook. They're going to be required, they should be required to make people pay $8 a day or whatever it is to have necessary insurance if they don't have it already.
So, good.
Oh, no, I was just going to say someone texted us at 77031 and said, my stepbrother was killed by someone driving a rental car who was literally just handed the keys to the car, not on the rental agreement, no license. The agent just gave him the keys and they killed him. My stepmom sued and sued and sued and settled for $100,000.
Yeah, maybe that was when there was that kind of coverage. I don't know when that occurred. Maybe the person had the coverage, or maybe there was underinsured motorist coverage.
So, Glenn, you said you
another reason to get underinsured motorist coverage for sure.
You have a friend here, and this who is dealing with this case. You said it's pending. So, what do you think the outcome is going to be? What are they looking to do with the case?
Well, you feel horrible for the family and the young lady, and you're just trying to get some kind of justice for them, and trying to get a judgment, I guess, against the at-fault person, and hoping that somehow you can convince the legislature to look at the facts of this case and do something to protect everybody else by making people that rent cars have at least $100,000 worth of coverage. If they don't have it already, pay the $8 a day or whatever it's going to cost to get the rental car.
Simply amazing.
It's not going to take that $32 billion worth of revenue out of the rental car business. What they're doing is they're going to be selling insurance by the day. If you're only renting a car for 30 days, it's $8 times 30. I mean, it increases the cost of renting the car, but if you don't have the proper insurance to begin with, you should be paying that money to rent that car.
What kills me about the entire thing, and this is something I apply to a lot of things in my life, like it's not putting the rental company out. They're selling another product. It's, they're selling an insurance product. And I don't know if the companies own the insurance products as well, but there's no reason for them not to try to do it. There's simply no reason. I mean, they don't have a dog in the game. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't affect them at all. I mean, because if somebody gets in a wreck, I mean, they're going to be covered by the insurance as well. They're going to get their car replaced, and then they're not liable or responsible for, or as much of the money that's due to the victims.
Absolutely right. That's why it's such a horrible situation that we don't have the law that we at least had back up until 2005. Horrible situation.
Wow, man.
And you're right. It's not the rental car company that's out. People are going to have the insurance, but I guess the rental car companies feel, well, if we have to charge another $8-9 a day, people won't rent the cars.
Well, if everybody has to do it, I mean, if it's across the board though, and it's a company, it's an industry thing. I mean, why would it matter?
Yep, you're right. Absolutely right.
Unbelievable. Good case, Glenn. As always, we love the segment because we learn something every single week. There he is, Glenn Klausman.
Yeah, but it makes us mad.
Yeah, Klausman Law. That's KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Hey, Glenn, as always, great case, and we appreciate it. Sure, yeah. And have yourself a wonderful weekend. Stay warm.
Thanks. Yeah, if we can get the people right to the legislature outraged over stuff like this and ask them to do something, maybe that would help. But maybe that's a pipe dream.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Not this year.
Maybe not. Who knows? Glenn, thanks again. We appreciate it, buddy. Have a good weekend. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Goldenrod Road remains closed north and southbound due to an accident between Valencia College Lane and Colonial Drive at Marietta Street. Consider 417 or 436 for an alternate. We're also seeing heavy traffic westbound on I-4 between 417 and 429. We're looking good on the Turnpike. No reported issues on the Beach Line, the 408, all up to speed. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Save big store-wide at the Truckload event at Lowe's, happening now. For a limited time, get up to 50% off select tools and accessories. Shop the event in-store or online today. Valid 12/29 through 1/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
Inflation running high, and nobody knows when it's going to level out. That's why you got to buy your windows and doors at FAS and lock in your price. FAS, the largest window and door showroom in all Central Florida. 38 ready to go for you to operate and pick your favorites. They're all built with impact-resistant glass to give you noise reduction, security, and maximum efficiency. Plus, they have a full selection of hurricane windows and doors as well. And as always, estimates are free at FAS, and they always give you plenty of options as well. All products have a lifetime warranty, and if you act right now, how about rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door? No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. Financing is available for a limited time, and their showroom is easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4. Slide in, pick out your windows, have them installed, and be happy for it. It's FASWD.com.
More new cars in stock makes this year a happy you year. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando and get the new car you want in stock at Sutherland with no payments for 6 months. Plus, trade in your old car for $5,000 over book value. Click SutherlandBuysCars.com. See dealer for details.
Thank you for calling Navy Federal Credit Union. How can I help you?
Hi, if I'm in the Army, not in the Navy, am I still eligible for membership?
Yes, you are.
What about my sister in the Air Force?
Her too.
And my dad's a Marine.
We serve all branches of the military, veterans, and their families.
My dog is a retired military working dog.
I'll see what I can do.
Find out if you're eligible at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Happy New Year from Tools Ace Hardware. And if you didn't get a grill for Christmas, it's not too late. It's a new year and a perfect time for a brand new grill. Luckily, Tools Ace Hardware carries all the best brands and grills out there, like Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Weber. But that's not all. They also have top-of-the-line Napoleon grills and Uni pizza ovens as well. Simply visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. On top of all of that, get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. Tools Ace, the backyard place.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can take the restaurants out of America's Dairyland, but you can't take America's Dairyland out of the restaurants. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who appreciates a fresh meal that comes from the heart, let our team member Emma tell you what's special about the Culver's Way.
We take great tasting burgers seriously in Wisconsin. Favorite recipes, fresh ingredients, real Wisconsin cheese. It's a place where traditions matter. So of course it's where Culver's Butter Burger was born. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection, then topped with a lightly buttered toasted bun.
What can we say? To us, it's a whole lot more than a burger. It's a taste of home.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Here's an unexpected, unplanned, and unprecedented buying opportunity from International Diamond Center. A massive store-wide clearance sale now through January 15th. IDC's on a mission to clear out excess inventory. We've slashed prices on a multi-million-dollar selection of rings, earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets, and more. You save 20, 30, even 40% on selected pieces of exquisite jewelry. And because IDC doesn't play the markup to markdown game, you know these discounts are the real deal. Hoop earrings, save 33% off IDC's already low price. Diamond stud earrings marked down 28%. Fashion bracelets 30% off. Fancy yellow diamonds save an incredible 40%. Extreme values in virtually every category. If you have a special occasion coming up this year, or if you just love an unbelievable deal, you can't miss this special savings event. It's IDC's surprise clearance sale with unprecedented discounts store-wide. Outrageous savings now through Sunday, January 15th only, and only at International Diamond Center. Get showroom directions, store hours, and learn more at shopidc.com.
What if you could get more for your cravings and more for your buck all at the same time? Well, at Racetrack, the bigger the cravings, the bigger the savings. Stop in and buy any 2 breakfast sandwiches for $5. If hunger strikes again, come on in and buy any pizza slice and grab another for only $1. More is tasty. Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
This Colbert Court brought to you by Glenn Klausman, KlausmanLaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. Feel like helping out? Go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
It's the worst guitar player in rock and roll, by the way. The guy who plays for this band. Turn it up.
Yeah.
Why do they always send the port?
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here. Sauce is here.
One of my least favorite songs from them.
Chase is here.
Yo.
Your 5 o'clock keyword is check, CHECK. Go to realradio.fm. Send that away for your shot at $1,000. Again, 5 o'clock keywords, check, guys. Good luck. We would love to see you win that money.
The other day I came home and Ross is cleaning, sweeping and just getting the house all nice. To blaring System of a Down.
Yeah.
Blaring.
He wasn't potting it? I figured you'd have that on your AirPods, dude.
No, yeah, I was Bluetoothing it because I also had I got a good sound bar.
I got you, dude.
But man, System of a Down.
Yeah, they're good.
I am really about them right now.
Hey, what's your pet name for your wife again?
Bob.
Bob, right?
Yeah, I call her Bob.
Bob.
I call her Jaybird.
All right. What's your pet name for your fiance, Deb?
I call him Super Gorgeous.
Super Gorgeous. Very nice.
Nice.
A little
did
long,
you
but
pet
I like
names
it.
for old flames by any chance? You have any of those?
Oh God.
What? What you doing?
I'm trying to think of what I've called all of your exes.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean exes?
Exes.
I'm not seeing anybody right now.
Oh, his, you mean? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your old, like any former ex or whatever, did you have a pet name for that person?
Yeah.
Care to share?
I'd like to keep that private though. That's okay.
That's
Jimmy, what
perfectly
about
fine.
you?
Yeah, so here's the thing. The reason I'm saying this is it. This is kind of a weird thing. I caught myself doing this to you.
To who?
Ross.
Would you say?
And
you called me honey once.
No. And I will tell you, I felt like an ass because somebody did it to me, and I can't. It really made me look at things differently. And I learned lessons in life late, and then I ignored some of them, and then try to learn it again later.
So you're human.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever feel like, oh, I already had this lesson before?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Should have paid attention the first time.
Yeah.
It didn't take.
No. Yeah, even after the first time, you're like, oh, man, I'll never do that again. And then it's like 8 years later. So in your defense, but then 8 years later, you're like, I did it again.
I know.
I'm the guy that does it that afternoon. So I don't even bother with the 8 years. I let it rip that afternoon. So here's what I did to you that you don't even know that I did to you.
All right. Well, apology might be accepted.
Well, I do apologize because I think it's a little out of line. And I think that doing this across the board is a little out of line. I called your wife by your pet name.
Oh, that is sideways.
And, like I called her Bob. Like hey Bob. And I didn't think anything about it because it seemed so general.
Right.
Yeah,
but that's their thing. And she's not my wife. I don't know her that well. I know.
I don't think Ross is the one who's going to have the problem. I think the one at home named Tori might.
She's a one. But again.
Yeah, what do you call Tori?
Yeah, exactly.
Tori and you've done it. You've called my wife Tor.
But that's so
That's
different.
That's a different thing.
It doesn't matter.
That is not a nickname, dude.
It is. That is my pet name for my wife, and nobody else calls her that. Her mom doesn't call her that. Her kids don't call her that. Her dad doesn't call her that. Her friends don't call her that. I'm the only person in our family
who just takes the I off and calls it a nickname.
It just makes it that much. I'm that lazy, is what I'm telling you. I'm that Tor, and nobody else says that to her. Somebody said it to her. I'm like, no. No. She's Tori to you. She's Tor to me. Tori to you. T-O-I. You add the I, bro. You know, that's not your thing. I will never call your wife Bob again because that's your thing, and it's not right for me to do that.
You know what I love about the name Tor, though? Like, without context, my brain immediately pictures your partner as an axe-wielding barbarian.
I know. Same, either that or
Tor.
That's a bad guy in like a video game or something, isn't it?
She roasted a pig over a spear. Yeah, it's yeah. It's intense.
So do you get that? Like, your other friends don't call her Bob, right?
No.
Yeah, they don't, do they? Because that's your thing.
It is. But you're invited.
No,
as long as I keep. I don't want to
do it. I do not. Don't do it.
I keep Tor. You keep Bob.
No, I don't want you. And I don't want you to do it, and I'm not going to do it. All right. So you shouldn't do it. You should not call my wife Tor because that's not her name. Her name is Tori to you. She's Tor to me, and she's Olivia to me, and she's Bob to you, and nobody else. That's how it should be.
You know, speaking of nicknames, I haven't brought this up to her. Ooh, let's do it live.
That always works.
She's been calling me honey, and I understand that's the stereo.
I've heard of that.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
it is sweet, but it makes me feel like I am in my mid-40s.
What?
It makes me feel older than what I am.
There's no term of endearment that does that. Like honey and babe, all that's the same.
Sweetheart,
that's all the same.
My love.
I don't know. Honey, it just
that
gets
sounds
me...
old.
Yeah, it doesn't sound old. It just makes me feel old. And I don't know why. I married a girl, but in my mind,
I'm not
trying.
I can help you out with that. Meet me later.
I don't know. I like the whole saying of like never stop dating.
Yeah.
And whenever like we slip into these like stereotypical marriage things.
Well, you've been married for days.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on,
like
man.
It's happening too fast.
Okay. Well, you've been together a while.
And the ring went on the finger, and all of a sudden, honey started getting tossed around, and I was like, I'm supposed to like that, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that's one of the most. I think that's one of the most endearing terms of endearment is, honey. Hey, honey. My wife says that to me all the time, babe, honey.
Honey, babe.
Yeah. And then I don't have she just, she calls me Jimmy. I don't have like a nickname like that or
she doesn't call you Sweetie Pie.
Well, I mean, she calls me stuff.
JJ, Jim Jam.
Jim Jam. Yeah.
Studley.
Pajamas.
Can we come up with suggestions that she could try out on you?
Let me go ahead and throw. Let me go ahead and nix Jim Jam.
Okay.
Damn it! That was the first one I was.
Let's get that one out.
How about Slim Jam or Slim Jim?
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim is not going to work either.
Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim is not going to work. And I don't think, you got to remember, I'm her husband. She doesn't need to say my name.
Jim Possible.
Again.
Colonel.
My name.
As in Sanders.
It doesn't need to be in there per se.
All right.
But
you've landed on Tor.
How about Jimbalicious?
That's not her name. That's perfectly fine. Tor is not
so
her name.
So if we take Jim and shorten it to J, then it's cool.
That sounds better.
J. Okay. J.
You're like J.
J.
What's up, J?
I don't want to think she's been shot mid-sentence.
With an arrow.
She took a header in the middle of a 3-letter word.
But that's what Tors do. They get shot by arrows.
Yeah.
So she calls you Jimmy.
Could you imagine another woman calling your man your term of endearment for your man?
I'd slap the taste right out that bitch's mouth.
You bet your ass.
Oh, I would.
And vice versa.
I wouldn't even let her take another breath.
If I called you your pet name from your husband, I would expect your old man to go, "Hey, buddy, listen, we're cool."
Right.
And I'm not mad. That's my name for her.
Right.
She's not that to you.
It depends, though, how close that person's name is to their pet name.
He's really pissed off about the Tor thing. And
because it's not a name.
It's in it.
I know that you can't understand logic. You spend way too much time in Canada. It's that clean water.
We're a highly logical people, okay?
It's that clean water that's got you thinking crazy.
We're sipping on that glacier moose spit.
That's right, exactly.
And what do you call Chris? You call him Super Gorgeous?
Yeah.
And what does he call you?
Dream Girl.
That's nice.
DJ
Thank you.
or DG.
DG.
And he'll just call me Dream.
That's a cool ass name. Like if somebody, hey, what's up, Dream? Like that's a cool nickname.
See?
Yeah.
That's why I think she should go with Jimbalicious.
Coolest nickname I have.
Jimbalicious is good.
Jimbalicious.
Again.
Why? It's fun.
I don't want my name in there because it's not a term of endearment with your name in there, and I don't want to hear the tour thing before you chime in.
Okay, fine.
I was just about to say.
We'll just keep winging new things that don't have just stank.
Licious.
How about stank?
Licious.
Tor and stank.
Somebody said, "How about chode?" I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, you're not chode like.
What about
Jaybird?
What about boar?
Jaybird?
Tor and boar.
I'm not a boar. Get out of here.
I mean, like a hog.
That made it worse.
It did it. I mean, you can take that a couple pleasant ways.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Boars are cool.
Yeah.
I think,
They're good eating and they got husks.
Jambalaya.
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 Those are like
Husk.
those are like nicknames if I was like a chef or something like that. This is my wife.
I used to work with I called him Slim Jim, Zimbabwe,
Oh yeah.
Jambalaya.
I used to call Phillips Jim Bozo, and he hated it.
Oh,
I feel like it's got to be something that takes you down a peg.
No.
Yeah,
it does. Why would you even
agree.
say that?
So let me let me blow the dust off of the. Oh, there it is, Jimmy Kolb's, baby.
No, there's no
the
Jimmy Kolb's.
return of Jimmy Kolb's. Leather jacket, got the shades
Hey,
on.
J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Nobody's using that.
No one. The Bert words with the Bertie.
So I'm not going to do that for you anymore. I promise you, I will never call you. See, they could call you Cha Cha. Like your nickname could be Cha Cha.
You know,
like,
I would take Cha Cha.
Cha Cha's a cool name. Like
What about for you? I'm just gonna Squirt.
No. Squirt.
No.
Squirt's not good.
Squirt?
There's a certain age where squirt doesn't work.
Right, yeah.
Maybe his squirt don't work.
Right. And there's a certain age I'm going to want it to work.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't want to call that across the restaurant. That's all I can say. Hey, squirt.
That nickname goes downhill real fast the second you click on the wrong video.
Somebody just says, have her call you Mr. Beans.
Mr. Beans.
All right. God, man.
Meat Titan.
Chili con Jimmy.
Chili con Jimmy. She doesn't. I'm fine with my name. She just calls me Jimmy. That's fine. And she yells it when she's angry, which means she yells it.
Does she ever
Jimmy.
get real pissed and go, James?
She never calls me James.
Okay.
You know what she'll do when she gets real pissed? She calls me Jim, which sounds odd, but that's my dad's name. My dad was only known as Jimmy by his immediate family. Everybody else knew my father as Jim. And my dad had a certain personality trait that wasn't, that just, is a little forward. So she would be like, okay, Jim. When I'm being a little, when I get a little douchey, sometimes like, okay, Jim.
Oh, boy.
If someone called me
Roger,
I'd be like, you shut up.
My favorite, Chase, what was your nickname in high school? Be honest.
It's not, you guys.
It was a thing.
That's all right. My nickname was worse, Chase.
I was much heavier in high school. I lost 75 pounds my senior year of high school.
Congratulations.
Still proud of it.
And
he should be.
I've gained some back. But my nickname, due to my heft, was Chafe.
How great is that?
It's so brutally on the nose. It's so viciously appropriate.
Sophomore year, junior year, so much Gold Bond.
So much. Nothing just but heat rash. And then
I hate how funny that is.
It's perfect, though, isn't it?
I hate how funny it is because I adore you. And I couldn't imagine anybody being mean to you. You're such a sweet soul, but
I could. I saw it.
Yeah,
No, left and right. Left and right.
But
I was
that
also
is
a different.
that is brutally good.
I was a different creature in high school.
Yeah,
Like all of this being able to talk extemporaneously and be a human being, this is some learned behavior, y'all.
I used to have a tooth. I had a tooth that was broken in half, and my friends were very sensitive about it, and they called me Chipper. They're also brilliant and creative.
My classmates called me Pooch and made me fetch sticks before I could get on the school bus.
That
told me I was as ugly as a dog. Go fetch Pooch.
Which is amazing. Could you imagine anybody saying that to her
No.
at any age in their life? Especially when you're in Wisconsin. Like, yeah, run up all the hotties in Green Bay for me. Once you round those up, round those hogs up, pull them out of the sty and bring them up.
Those boars.
She's beautiful. My God, one of the best smiles in the world.
Wow. But
they were jealous, is what they were.
But were you a late bloomer too, or you're just like
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. And the beauty of that was that I never got to rely on that. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I thought, all right, well, if you're not going to be my friend because I'm attractive, then I'll be funny.
Well, that didn't work out for me for a while.
Didn't work out for me either.
Well, if you're a girl, you don't have to have that in unison with weight loss.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
All right.
I remember what sparked my weight loss. You know what? Never mind, guys.
Up against the clock. I just pulled the plug on that.
Back to that talking in public thing.
Yeah.
I'm real goods at it.
What was yours again?
My high school nickname?
Did you have one?
I think it was just Sauce.
It's always been.
Really?
Yeah. I got called Sauce a lot.
It's so stupidly cool. I hate it.
I know.
Yeah, my first nickname, though, was SpongeBob.
That's right, because of all the SpongeBob T-shirts. But Chipper's not too bad of a name. I mean,
Chipper's
cool.
Not unless you have a window space in your face. Where a tooth used to be.
Don't take this the wrong way, but like a shattered buck tooth, right, is your front tooth. It just like the moneymaker, the most important one, right? The one that everyone sees.
Right.
Just kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I was a great spitter after that.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec.
Same address on another social platform. At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Goldenrod Road remains closed north and southbound due to an accident between Valencia College Lane and Colonial Drive at Marietta Street. Consider 417 or 436 for an alternate. We're also seeing heavy traffic westbound on I-4 between 417 and 429. We're looking good on the Turnpike. No reported issues on the Beach Line, the 408, all up to speed. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can take the restaurants out of America's Dairyland, but you can't take America's Dairyland out of the restaurants. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who appreciates a fresh meal that comes from the heart, let our team member Emma tell you what's special about the Culver's way.
We take great tasting burgers seriously in Wisconsin. Favorite recipes, fresh ingredients, real Wisconsin cheese. It's a place where traditions matter. So of course it's where Culver's Butter Burger was born. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection, then topped with a lightly buttered toasted bun.
What can we say? To us, it's a whole lot more than a burger. It's a taste of home.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we got Justin $100,000.
Well, I was in a motorcycle accident, unfortunately. You guys were able to get me set on my feet to where I don't have to worry as much about finances. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
It's the new year, and guess what? I'm in hot water. Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car, regardless of make, model, miles, or even condition. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. We've got the banks to break the ice with lower rates and smaller payments, so you can drive a car that's twice as nice. Come see me at RC Hill Mitsubishi. Check out the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty, and introducing the all-new 2023 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. For your peace of mind, we provide a lifetime limited warranty. So dump that old ride you hate, and you can drive for $8. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
Happy New Year from Tools Ace Hardware. And if you didn't get a grill for Christmas, it's not too late. It's a new year and a perfect time for a brand new grill. Luckily, Tools Ace Hardware carries all the best brands and grills out there, like Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Weber. But that's not all. They also have top-of-the-line Napoleon grills and Uni pizza ovens as well. Simply visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. On top of all of that, get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. Tools Ace, the backyard place.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire 86,000 IRS agents. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Rent is due and money is tight. You could A, pay a huge late fee, or B, get an AMSCOT cash advance and avoid it. AMSCOT, up to $500 fast. No credit check. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval. AMSCOT.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Only the free iHeartRadio app gives you access to everything you love. From the stations that keep you company, the music that keeps you singing along, to the podcasts that keep you entertained. Not to mention chances to win cash and once-in-a-lifetime artist experiences only on the app. And it's always 100% free. Only iHeartRadio gives you access to the music, radio, and podcasts you love. Download it for free in the App Store.
Click SutherlandBuysCars.com and get $5,000 more for your trade.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us easily, 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword is check, C-H-E-C-K. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Again, that's check, C-H-E-C-K. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. Welcome back. I am Jim. Devin Ross and Chase Padgett here as well. You know what? I think it was last week. This gentleman announced that he was done with the business.
Retiring after 38 years.
And I don't know that there's a more legendary news personality in Central Florida than the one and only, the great, you guys give it up, Mr. Todd Ulrich.
Yay!
to think of several bigger legends, but thank you. It's great to be here, and thanks for the invite.
How about that, man? It is unbelievable. You know what the crazy thing is, buddy? I think most of Central Florida has watched you for many years, just completely wreck lives as you showed up at the front door with that camera and some truth.
Exactly.
But it has been. You look amazing. You have been one of the more effective personalities in Orlando for many decades. Just first things first, hi, and what led to this decision?
Well, I tell you what, first, this has been my dream job. I've been at Channel 9 for 38 years. I've been in the full-time TV news for 44. But Orlando and Channel 9 was a great fit from the very beginning. And then 30 years ago, I started the Consumer Investigations. And it's been a privilege. And I was excited every week to connect with our viewers. We would have dialogue with about 200 to 300 every week, helping people even though they didn't get on the air. And it's by trying to help them that we could identify the stories that we wanted to share with everybody else, so our viewers, our consumers, wouldn't make that same mistake. And it really worked for a really long time.
And brother, I got to tell you, I think you could do this job and do it well and not have the impact that you have because you're such a likable person, and it never seemed malicious, Todd. Even though you're going after people who may have been doing some squirrely stuff, you never came off like a malicious bully news person who was entitled to this, trying to scare people into doing the right thing. You always really kind of went at it with some humanity. Was that a noted thing? Did you try to do that?
Well, I hope so. And it was never about me. It was about the consumer or the group of consumers who were losing money and they didn't get what they paid for. And we would just show up after these folks wouldn't talk to us to ask some very straightforward questions. And it wasn't about the drama there. It was about getting the answers. So I think that's why it stayed on that plane.
Although Jimmy has said for years that when a business saw you show up on their doorstep, they were not going to probably be having a very good day.
It was like, this is the last guy you want.
Exactly.
When you look out your window and you see that dude pulling up.
You see Todd Albright, you're like, oh.
He gets out of the car, I run out of the back.
Right, exactly.
It's that simple.
So we just want the answers.
That's right. Yeah, right. I love that.
Is there one instance that really jumps out to you as kind of like, man, we brought a lot of justice, and I didn't think that this was going to be the end result? Is there one, I don't even know what to call it, one case that really jumps out to you to go, we really made an impact on this one?
Well, one does, and that's Lou Pearlman and his transcontinental savings Ponzi scheme. Because we were the first station, Action 9 was the first one to identify that. And even before he was doing the investment Ponzi scheme, he was doing a modeling scam with Alec DeFroy. And we had identified that like 3 or 4 years before he then came on the scene in Orlando. I mean, they were giving him the key to the city and he was winning all these awards. And it's like, hey, guys, you need to know what's going on behind the scenes here. Right. And again, he was promising big returns on these investments. And then when it came, when it was all exposed in the end, $300 million gone from investors right here in Central Florida.
I mean, and to have it mixed up into pop culture that thick when it was happening made it so, and I'm sure that insulated him in some sense, Todd, because, here you are, the investigative reporter for Channel 9, very powerful. And then, theoretically, you perception-wise, you look at Lou Pearlman and are like, oh, this guy's helping kids get into the business, blah, blah, blah. It must have been kind of tough to do with that because I'm sure that people probably looked at you like you were a little crazy.
There was a lot of blowback, both in the community and at times within the station, because he had this national reputation as this star builder with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and allegedly everything he touched turned to gold. When, of course, behind the scenes, that's the boy bands had their own story to tell.
Right.
But then on the investment side and the modeling scams, he got away with a lot for a long time because of his reputation in town.
Wow, man.
When he got taken away, like when he got arrested, did you like mumble to yourself, bye, bye, bye? Because that has to happen, right? You can't miss that opportunity.
The one regret I have is we did not get to confront him because of his reputation and because of how I was being held back originally. That changed down the road. But he had some he should have answered questions a lot sooner than he did.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. Todd Ulrich with us, retiring finally, 38 years of hard work here at Channel 9 for sure. You know, I'll kind of piggyback on that question from Ross. You know, Todd, people don't really like it when you do what you do to them, especially if they've successfully been defrauding people with money, for money for many, many years. I can only imagine you've had a couple pretty scary instances in your career.
There have been a few, and one was about 15 years ago when I was contacted by the Osceola County Sheriff's Office because a guy who had been doing an appraisal scam for years down in the Celebration area, we kind of nailed the scam, exposed it, and got him in trouble. And then he eventually was convicted of fraud. But I got a call from the sheriff's office because he was soliciting someone to do harm to me. Did he ever hire someone? I don't know. But the Osceola Sheriff's Office contacted me and the station because he was soliciting someone to do that. So that's one that does stick out.
I gotta ask, Todd, how does when your station finds out something like that? I mean, and it happens in our industry too. One of my best friends had to actually have security live in her home because of a stalker. Well, what kind of steps are taken? Because
the manager just says, "Hey, somebody get Ulrich a stun gun."
Exactly. I mean, because in your line of work, I mean, it would happen. I would imagine more often than not. But what happens after that?
There is a corporate security team that comes in, and they go over some things you can do to protect yourself. They help you protect your home and give you some common sense advice. But it kind of ends there. I mean, you're still you're understanding that the kind of work you're doing can really upset some folks, and we have over the years.
One of my favorites, though.
My favorite's the wry smile right after he says that.
Exactly. My favorites are the scams where like you park your car at like these rental lots, and then you guys will take your helicopter up and follow them as they take the red Corvette out for a joyride.
Yes, Jeff Deal did that about 15 years ago, and it was a great story, and I think that changed that industry over here in Port Canaveral.
Good.
Todd, did you ever follow a bad lead? Did you ever kind of get on a story and you just had a gut feeling that there was something there, and it just turned out maybe that it wasn't exactly what it was?
Well, I mean, consumers will tell you all kinds of stories, and they get upset and they get ahead of themselves. And generally, we would always have documents, and it wouldn't just be one consumer. There'd be a pattern of complaints. And that's one thing we could do, is because we try to respond to everybody. And we would contact all these businesses for these consumers. It wasn't a story on the air, but over 6, 7, 8 months, we could see a pattern of complaints. So if we're showing up at that front door, or we're chasing their car somewhere, it's because by that time, it's not just one mistake. It's a pattern of complaints, and that's why we're there for answers.
Man.
Was there ever a time when you were in an investigation where it wasn't just as bad as you thought it was, but it ended up uncovering like a whole other secret back room of problems? Like, for instance, there's like this YouTuber who does like the glitter bombs for stolen presents.
Yeah.
And last year, that whole thing led to like a major criminal ring.
I remember seeing that. Like it was it was a ring of this. Like people were stealing
stuff.
It
was it became like an FBI issue. Have you ever had like, oh my gosh, the mob's involved?
This goes to the president.
Well, when we investigate moving companies, and good God, be careful if you're ever hiring a mover in-state in Florida without doing your research first. But we certainly did. We'll take one moving company, and we'll see how it ties to one in Miami, and one in New York, and one in New Jersey, and it's up and down the East Coast. And good Lord, if you hire them and they drive off with your furniture, some of these companies, you will lose thousands of dollars if you even get your furniture back.
Wow.
Whoa. Yeah, those always scare me.
Todd Ulrich here, retiring from Channel 9 after 38 years.
Central Florida Batman.
Yeah, just a complete badass what he is. Ross, question?
So I have to ask, because I'm not the biggest fan of confrontation, and that was a massive part of your job. I want to go back into the time machine and ask you about your first time doing this. Were you uncomfortable, or did you go, this is my element? And how much better did you get from the very first time confronting, some scams?
Well, I'm going to date myself when I'm talking about the first confrontation, because it was VCR repair shops.
Oh, man.
Well, those sons of bitches. Shops where you took your VCR to get it fixed.
What are those?
We set up a consumer test where we had a VCR that we just took one part out of, and then we took that same VCR to 4 shops in Central Florida. And of course, only one said there's this one part to replace. All the 3 other shops ran up the bill, hundreds of dollars. And actually, VCRs did cost that much back then, too.
Yeah.
But, there's a sense of outrage when you know that they are deliberately taking advantage of you. That, for me, makes the confrontation easier. I mean, if we've got good questions to ask, I don't mind asking them.
Well, Todd, this is to back you up on that. Someone just sent us a text to 77031 and said, Todd has so much influence in Central Florida that when a now out-of-business transmission shop tried to take advantage of my mother, all I had to do was threaten to call Channel 9 News, and they shifted gears and fixed what they should have fixed for free. What are your plans for retirement now? What are you going to do now that you don't have to be chasing cars and knocking on front doors of businesses?
Well, once a consumer advocate, always a consumer advocate. So, I mean, there's full-time retirement, but I'm not going to walk away from what I really have a passion for and what I care about. What that will be, when, where, how, I don't know the answer to that yet, but I'll be out there in some form. I love what I did, and I hated to walk away from it, but it was time. And now I want to mix retirement and doing good for consumers too.
Let's clear this up. People have said that Martha forced you out. People have said that. And when I say people have said it, I said it to 2 people, and then they said it back to me, so I have to say it that way. I did want to ask you. There are certain industries that have bad reputations, right? I mean, you mentioned the repair shops. Obviously, you have car repair, you have roofing companies, pool companies. In your career, what industry had the most complaints, and you had to face the most?
Well, car repair would be at the top of the list. Mm-hmm. After that would be home contractors. There's one that I've been working on just the last year that I think is it's coming to hit homeowners here in Central Florida, and that's door-to-door solar energy sales. They are convincing people that they can eliminate their power bills by power bill, and suddenly this program to save you money is going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And there are some major players out there going door to door selling these solar programs, and there are a lot of homeowners that have been hurt, and there hasn't been much done to stop them at this point.
You know what the crazy thing is I just started endorsing a solar company, and one of the things when that thing came across my door, I said, stop, first things first. I have to meet the owners. I have to know everything about the company. Sure. I have to know everything down to the nuts and bolts of the warehouse before I will talk about them, simply because there's been so much fraud in that industry, and especially the door-to-door people, and taking advantage of the elderly. It's
absolutely.
It's just absolutely
egregious.
Worst. It is egregious.
Yeah, and there's good people out there in all of these industries, and it's the bad players that give everyone the bad reputation, and that's why you have to be on guard. You have to find those good guys.
That's right.
Find the good guys, and they're out there.
And you handled the case for somebody else here at the radio station. I know that you worked with Russ Rollins and his father with that whole thing that happened with that, which turned out to be a pretty big scam as well, because that guy had done this to a number of people. What we're talking about is Russ's father had a very collectible old Thunderbird, I think a 57 or something Thunderbird.
57 Chevy, yes.
Yeah, and he got it. He was consigning to sell it through a dealership, and it turned out the guy just kind of swindled the thing right out from under him. It was a Chevy. It wasn't the Thunderbird. You're right. It was the Bel Air.
Bel Air, and it was Just Toys was the company. Because I don't mind saying what the company was, because we had been doing that story for 2 to 3 years, and people like Russ's dad would take classic cars and they would sign a consignment sheet, and they would sell the cars, but then they would keep the cash, all of the cash, not just their percentage of the commission. And what just burns me is that was going on for several years before they were finally shut down. And if you took a look at the business model from the very beginning, you could see the consumers were being scammed. And that's, time and time again, we have this slow reaction in Florida, and it ends up costing consumers a whole lot.
Yeah. Well, Todd, we're out of time, but I got to ask you, I mean, if you had one piece of advice to offer Central Florida with all of your travels and seeing people who lead fraudulent lives, what's the single thing you could tell somebody to not be a victim of something like this?
If you're approached by the company at the front door, a text, phone call, an email, if they're coming after you, be on alert. Mm-hmm. Ask all the right questions, get 2 or 3 estimates. Never go with that company that's coming after you first.
Wow, that's a great
Never
piece of
heard
advice.
that one before.
Dude, I love this guy.
All right. well, listen, Todd, we got to go. We could talk to you all day. Thanks for a little bit of your time. We wish you the very best in retirement.
Happy retirement.
If you ever need anything from us, reach out. We're an email away. We'll be glad to help as much as we can, buddy. Big round of applause for the legend, Mr. Todd Orr.
Of course. Keep fighting for consumers.
Be good, buddy.
Good guy.
Thanks for your time, man. All right, there he is, Todd Orr. All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. Trivia is next. Eagles tickets on the line.
We have a prize. You have a frog. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Magic forward Paolo Banchero has cracked the top 10 among Eastern Conference big men in the latest NBA All-Star fan vote. The rookie's in 8th place. It's mid-major night in college basketball. ASUN leading Stetson tries to improve their conference mark to 5-0 tonight. They take on Bellarmine. And Amazon is compensating its Thursday night football sponsors with free ads after viewership failed to meet the company's expectations. I'm Scott Davidson.
Staples Print and Marketing is committed to quality and printing perfect every time. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more. Offer ends 2/11. See staples.com/store/printing for details. Try Staples and see the difference.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire 86,000 IRS agents. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Dear dark roast drinkers, it's Dunkin', the place you didn't think was for you. Well, it's time to meet Dunkin's dark side, because Dunkin' Midnight is here. It's their darkest brew yet, with rich, dark chocolatey notes. And did I mention it's dark? Dunkin' Midnight. America runs on Dunkin'.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
At LA Fitness, there's no end to what you can try with your 3-day free pass. Sign up today at startlafitness.com. From cycling to swimming, running to rowing, battle ropes to box jumps, and the perks don't stop there. When you join LA Fitness, it opens the door to premium amenities like Olympic lifting platforms, basketball courts, pools, and more. Stop into one of our hundreds of locations. Grab your free 3-day pass at startlafitness.com. That's startlafitness.com. Amenities vary by location. Certain amenities may be available for an additional fee. Free 3-day pass is redeemable by non-members only. Other restrictions apply.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers on everything from storage solutions to...
I'm sorry, did you say hundreds?
Yeah. Check out our offers on shelving and desks.
Ooh, what about mattresses?
Yep, those too.
Dressers? Sofas?
Yes, and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Our winter sale is almost over. Visit us in-store or at IKEA-USA.com/offers to save through January 22nd. Offer dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/offers for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
The Daytona Boat Show January Super Sale is at the Daytona International Speedway, January 13th through 15th, with 17 of Central Florida's best boat dealers representing over 80 manufacturers. See a huge selection of boats, including the queen of the show, a 40-foot Cayman 401cc, all in one location. Held outdoors with great deals on new and quality pre-owned boats, bow riders, pontoon boats, ski boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and much more. Join us for a day of great music, and food trucks will also be available. The Boat Super Sale you can't afford to miss. More info at DaytonaBoatShow.com.
Here's an unexpected, unplanned, and unprecedented buying opportunity from International Diamond Center. A massive store-wide clearance sale now through January 15th. IDC's on a mission to clear out excess inventory. We've slashed prices on a multi-million-dollar selection of rings, earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets, and more. You save 20, 30, even 40% on selected pieces of exquisite jewelry. And because IDC doesn't play the markup to markdown game, you know these discounts are the real deal. Hoop earrings, save 33% off IDC's already low price. Diamond stud earrings, marked down 28%. Fashion bracelets, 30% off. Fancy yellow diamonds, save an incredible 40%. Extreme values in virtually every category. If you have a special occasion coming up this year, or if you just love an unbelievable deal, you can't miss this special savings event. It's IDC's surprise clearance sale with unprecedented discounts store-wide. Outrageous savings now through Sunday, January 15th only, and only at International Diamond Center. Get showroom directions, store hours, and learn more at shopidc.com.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Orlando area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Office in Orlando. Online at CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Visit nationstrucks.com and make no payments for 120 days with approved credit. Ford, Chevy, Dodge Ram, and GMC with the largest selection of pre-owned trucks. You're going to find them all at Nations Trucks, the world's largest independent truck dealer.
Hey, this is Gerard Butler, and I can't wait for you to see my new movie, Plane. I play an airline pilot whose flight crash lands on an island run by a militia, and I have to rescue the passengers turned hostages. It's intense, and it's action-packed.
Plane, only theaters tomorrow. Rated R.
Anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. One jackpot is paid out every minute on the hottest slot machines and table games. With over $2 billion in jackpots paid out in the last year, you could be the next lucky winner. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa has over 800 rooms and suites, a luxurious rock spa and salon, award-winning restaurants, and an exciting comedy and concert lineup, including pool parties with world-renowned artists. With a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment options, anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware. Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
We are not the same, I am too reckless. I'm not trying to go in that direction. They've been doing too much flexing.
Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916. Ross moved into the Quiet Storm section of the show.
I guess.
Oh, God, I love this song.
Who is this?
This is the Weeknd.
Yeah.
This is an old school Weeknd.
This is still straight up sex for your ears right now.
Yeah. This is a bunch of weekends ago. 407-916-1041.
People are going to knock you for it? No, that's not bad.
Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Sauce is here.
It's true.
Chase is here.
I go by the name The Weekday.
And Ross has the sauce jar.
No, all aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Chase, say choo-choo.
Choo-choo. Look at it, Clack. Look at it, Clack.
That is so good because I have a pair of tickets to see the Eagles on the 2023 Hotel California tour.
Heck yeah.
March 28th at the Amalie Arena down in Tampa. Guys, this is featuring the Hotel California album in its entirety. You know, what bands should do whenever they get super famous. Play the songs the people like.
Right, Jimmy?
This is not just the Eagles, too, man. They're coming down with an orchestra and a choir. They're going hard. They're playing all the greatest hits. Tickets are on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m., or you can win trivia on this wonderful radio program. That is Your Sauce Jar, which is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. They can handle your move, local or long distance, residential or commercial. Make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show because that will get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO Moving.com. Clickety-clack, back to you.
Thank you, Deb. 407-916-1041. Sauce, who goes first today, buddy?
She's a letter T away from truth. Let's welcome Ruth.
Hey, Ruth, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. She had something to say, I think.
Yeah.
She almost backpedaled.
I don't like to lose.
All right, that's fine. All right, here we go. All right, Ruth, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is a lie. It's untrue. If you can find that lie that's there, you will win a pair of tickets to go see the Eagles. Are you ready?
Okay.
How old are you? Do you mind me asking how old you are?
I am 54.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Nice.
All right, on this day in 1974, Mel C, a.k.a. Sporty Spice, was born.
Oh, yeah.
Here are 3 fun facts about the Spice Girls and one lie that really, really wants to be your lover. Number 1. Thank you. I appreciate that. See, Ross? It's funny to everybody.
She just wants to win.
Number 1, the group was originally called Touch. Number 2, the Spice Girls were the 6th highest earning act of the 90s, right behind Backstreet Boys and Nirvana. Number 3, none of the girls in the group made up their own nickname. Or lastly, they chose the phrase girl power because they hated the way the word feminism sounded. Which of those is a lie?
B.
So number 2?
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to see the Eagles.
No way.
You're a winner.
You're doing it.
Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
no, you won. You won. Just yell
won,
for me.
Ruth.
Scream.
Oh, my God. That is so awesome.
There you go. Right on cue. Appreciate that very much. You're a winner. Was that?
Sorry, Jim. I
thank
know
you.
you like to fool people.
I do, but I like to have you win more.
Well, I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
You got it. All right, you're a winner.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was lackluster.
What, your performance?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Jim, don't hit the mic. Oh,
Yeah, I hate it. One more time, you mother. Lot of money. One more. That's it. Okay, there you go. Okay.
That's Jim doing a live read, and then he quit on himself, so he started hitting the microphone.
It's terrible how he abuses himself.
We can play the whole thing, and
I would love to see that rage quit.
it's too much.
It's like that old Bill O'Reilly clip.
Oh man.
Well, I got good news for you, Chase. It's 5:50. We have an hour left.
Oh.
You got to believe.
You got,
Okay.
This audio is pretty good. I'm recording a spot for Crystal Hamburgers.
Delicious.
Because I used to endorse them, and the copywriter for Crystal was the worst. I mean, he or she was the absolute worst copywriter I've ever experienced in my 30 years in this business. Nobody wrote worse copy than those people. The ad agency for Crystal Hamburgers is complete trash, or they were. I don't know who they are now. I've endorsed them for years. So I'm recording this spot, and it is killing me. I can't get it right for anything, and it just so happens the guy helping me record it saved the outtakes, because he's such a great guy, and then turned that into a master of me losing my mind, and we have that. We'll play it in the 6 o'clock hour for you.
Oh, man. I have a treasure trove of things to share with you later, too, off the air.
A couple other things you may not know about the Spice Girls before we move forward. They were originally called Touch. None of the girls chose their own nicknames. They were chosen for them by the agency that put them together.
Wow.
And they did choose girl power because they hated the way feminism sounded. Their massive hit, Wannabe, was written in 10 minutes.
I'm both like, I'm always simultaneously happy and bummed out whenever I hear about an album or a song being done in like 40 minutes. Is it just blind luck, or are you really good at this?
Right, exactly.
Sometimes that's just how that works.
Yeah, they heard a song and they said, I want it to sound that catchy and punchy. I forget what the song was. It was a popular song, but they said, we need something like that. And they just kind of sat together and they punched the song out, and it took about 10 minutes. They never won a Grammy. And I'm not saying they should have, but they were very, very popular, and the songs were really, really popular. But again, when you're one of those manufactured bands, they did not get the musical respect that they were due a lot of times, because they really weren't a band; they were a group. One of their biggest fans in the world was, let's just say this:
the Queen,
a global,
the Pope,
monarch.
Let's just say he represented diversity and peace and unity.
Jesse Jackson.
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela is the answer.
No way.
His favorite band on planet Earth was Spice Girls. He called them heroes.
You know what, though? If you think about it, you spend decades in a prison
in South Africa,
trying to bring together races through an end apartheid, and then you get out and you hear a catchy tune, you look over, and the whole rainbow of humanity
right.
is dancing together, I think there might be layers to that for him. Yeah.
They had a deodorant out called Impulse Spice, which sounds delicious. And then lastly here, Victoria Beckham was the only Spice Girl to not have a #1 solo hit in the UK after Spice Girls broke up.
She did fine.
Exactly.
All the other ones did have a single #1 hit. And
She was too busy being married to a Beckham.
Yeah. What's coming up for thoughts, buddy?
Guys, there's a small problem that I think in 2 years could be a massive problem in my marriage.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah, she brought it up to me, and it really hurt my feelings, if I'm being honest.
Was it the bob?
Thing? No, it's not the bob
Is
thing.
it the chest hair?
It's not the chest hair, but that's kind of in that department.
Okay.
And
Are you hurt?
No, I'm not. My feelings are a little bit,
Can
and
I
I
hug
feel
him?
like Jim. I know Jim and Deb could probably help. I don't know about my brother.
I mean, I'm living in the same house, so maybe.
Yeah, it's just she wants me to do this and be. More importantly, she wants me to be this.
Okay, we'll find out what this is next.
Uh-oh, it's responsible.
It's worse.
Come on. Heart Hour stuff. At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Goldenrod Road remains closed due to a crash north and southbound affected between Valencia College Lane and Colonial Drive right near Marietta Street. Power line repairs are involved. That's what's taking so long to get this area reopened. We're looking at major delays northbound on the turnpike from a crash taking up 2 left lanes between 429 and State Road 50. Westbound I-4 slow at 429. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Hey, guys, here in Central Florida, it is so vital that you have an AC company you can lean on. Here's why. Even in January, in about 6 days, it's going to be 83 degrees. And we know what happens in the summer, and that is why you need someone reliable, someone you can trust. That's what Mills Air is to many Central Floridians, including me. 30 years experience. It's actually 30-plus years. And their techs, man, they're good people on top of being very knowledgeable about your AC system. They can fix it while they're there, no questions asked. And even better, these guys are Carrier Factory authorized dealers. That means up to $1,275 in possible rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and certainly 100% turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule that appointment. It's 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
Real Radio is trying to help you start your 2023 off just right. Stay tuned for our Grand in Your Hand contest. Over $400,000 up for grabs, $1,000 at a time. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier Factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
On the podcast, Hey Dude, the 90s Called, David Lasher and Christine Taylor, stars of the cult classic show Hey Dude, bring you back to the days of slip dresses and choker necklaces.
We're going to use Hey Dude as our jumping off point, but we are going to unpack and dive back into the decade of the 90s.
We lived it, and now we're calling on all of our friends to come back and relive it.
Listen to Hey Dude, the 90s Called on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jurassic World Live Tour. 65 million years in the making. See Jurassic World dinosaurs roar to life. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Check out the pre-show experience where you will encounter and take photos with life-size Jurassic World dinosaurs, like the Triceratops, Stegosaurus, and more. The pre-show experience is included with your ticket. Playing this Friday through Monday at the Amway Center.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm. For years, we've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trendley Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Science proves quality sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both effortlessly comfortable. And it's temperature balancing, so you stay cool. So you're at your best for yourself and those you care about most. Life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number. The Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 smart bed is only $899. Save $200. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Owen. I'm a cigarette.
Do you like being a cigarette?
No, I don't. Not really into killing thousands of people. Sorry, no filter.
Right.
What's your sign?
Pisces?
I'm a Cancer. Cigarette joke. But seriously, I do cause cancer. And heart disease. And strokes. I could go on forever. Unlike the people who smoke me.
The average smoker lives 10 years less than non-smokers. Quit today. Find out how at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Yeah, remember when all phones sounded like that? Hey, it's Brian Mudd, and I sure do. But you've got to go with the times, so go with Affinity Cellular. Affinity is offering up to 3 months free service and a free flip or smartphone with a 30-day guarantee. Happy with your current phone? That works too. Get unlimited talk and text for as little as $15 a month. Get started right now at Affinity with an A, cellular.com. Affinity Cellular. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
New year, same nonsense. Welcome back to Jim Colbert Show.
You got to be the one that people looking up to. Yeah, I tried to reach the sun, but got me stuck to my shoes. Yeah, you got to be the one that people looking up to. Yeah, I tried to reach the sun, but got me stuck to my shoes.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day on this absolutely stunning Thursday afternoon. Tomorrow we're going to get some rain and then followed by some pretty chilly weather this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So plan accordingly. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is right there.
Hello.
Chase is with us as well.
Hi.
Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's funny.
At my expense.
Sometimes.
Today's at my expense.
It's Ross.
So was yesterday.
Spelled like sauce.
Actually, I'm on a streak.
It's Ross.
I see a
sauce.
pattern.
I think I am sacrificing myself for comedic value.
Easy.
All right, here's the thing.
Okay.
marriage is going great. Everybody asks me, how's marriage? And I always say, I'm batting 1,000.
Can I tell you something? Chase just told me during the break a few minutes ago, I think you're about 8 days away from being married for 3 months.
Which is blowing me away. I can't believe it's already been 3 months. I'm not even counting the days, but the one thing, and it's really become like a massive commandment in this marriage so far, is that I almost don't want to look at it as a marriage. I want to look at it like I am dating somebody for the rest of my life. I will remain to be fun. I will remain to be bubbly. I will always throw plot twists in her day because that is not boring. I have this terminal fear of us getting boring.
Yeah, that happens.
I'll do random stuff every now and then just to like, oh, look what I did. What do we have to do about it? I put something on your plate. Sorry, but you weren't expecting it. You married me.
Right.
You know? But there's one thing that like my feelings kind of got a little hurt. And I got to open up about it because I'm sick in the head. This is therapy to a certain extent.
So this is something that you did that your wife disagreed with?
Not disagreed with, but she kind of commented about me and my personality and my attributes.
Oh, wow. She made like a, okay.
I'm very excited.
Yeah,
for
me
this.
too, because when your wife looks at you and goes, you know what your problem is?
Oh,
you're a sociopath.
Yeah.
Or just something like that's really deep about your personality that you love about it, and then now she hates.
Jim's confessing some stuff.
And then the thing that kills me too is that like I have learned that whenever I get offended or if I get defensive, that means that she's probably onto something. Yeah. And I'm just angry that you brought it up. Why'd you do that?
And by the way, that's a blessing that she does.
Yeah. Communication.
It's a blessing.
Hey, sometimes words are like desserts. Sometimes they're like vegetables. And they don't taste good, but my God, you need to poop.
Yeah.
Eat some fiber. What I'm trying to say is that the other 2 days ago, maybe 3, my dog got into the trash can and just like ripped the liner. She didn't get into the trash, but she's the worst dog this side of the Mississippi.
This is Hazel.
This is Hazel, a.k.a. but Hazel Bub.
Yeah, she's the
Chase
worst.
lives with me now.
Yeah.
That dog is a handful.
You can confirm the dog is from hell.
Oh, yeah. There are times where I've put things in the trash and went, I'm going to see that again.
Like it's haunted by some voodoo witch, but in reality, it's just Hazel.
A real smart dog.
Yeah, real smart dog. We have to use rubber bands on our cabinets now.
Oh, wow.
She's opening up cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
She's opening up. I've seen her open up zippers.
Get out of here.
She gets zippers down.
You give her a whiteboard and a marker, we're going to see equations.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't say my dog is smart like, oh, everybody thinks their dog is smart. No. I'm not saying it in a good way. I'm saying it in a bad way. This sucks. This is not fun.
Sounds like she's pretty wily as well.
Yeah, and then when you catch her, she listens, whatever. That's not, but she got into the trash. I picked up some of the trash, and I went, Hazel, bad girl, bad. And then Olivia laughed. She laughed, and I went, what's funny? I'm doing what dog dads are supposed to do.
Uh-oh.
And then she goes, it's just not, you're not good at that.
Oh, God almighty.
And it really, like, I'm fine at it. Look at her. She's squirming. She's being all submissive. She knows she's in trouble. Message received.
I think it's play acting.
But this is the big quote, is that I said I'm being bad enough towards the dog. And she essentially told me that I'm not a bad boy.
Like your vibe doesn't come off as threatening.
Yeah, and that I need to be more bad boyish.
Yeah, because when you said that, I just felt like getting tickled.
I was like, oh, he's so cute.
Yeah,
See, that's the problem.
He's adorable.
He's adorbs.
I wish it was him that tore the trash can
Hazel, bad girl.
I have admonished this dog personally, and I feel like I've already done it better than you. And it's not my dog.
See, this is the problem. Like, I'm not bad enough. I understand. Like, I've always strived to be a good person, but everything in moderation. And now I'm soft. Am I soft?
Oh, that's you do not want your wife to say that, buddy.
I have multiple leather jackets.
Okay, that
you're like a quiche.
People
you're like
love
a little
quiche.
soft, but exactly, people love quiche.
You're savory eggs.
Yeah.
With some ham.
Why ham? Because I took a life?
Because you can't grow body
Because
hair?
you're hammy.
You didn't take a life, buddy. You don't have that in you for sure.
No,
and when
not
you
at all.
said that a second ago, when you say it again, I've just gotten into the trash can. I tell you what, let's role play here.
All right.
All right, I just got into the trash can. I just dragged last night's dinner all over the house yet again, and you've just found it.
All right, are you going to make a dog noise? You got to act.
Come on, Jimmy. You're the one who recommended this. Oh, that's a dog about to mess on the carpet.
Babe,
Or
do you
it's a
hear that?
Yeti. Could be a Yeti. Looks like a Yeti.
What'd you just do? You piece of crap. What's funny? Don't laugh, Dad. What, Chase, you aren't laughing either.
Sounds like Mad Joe Biden.
I think Joe Biden would be scarier.
Who ate the trash?
Okay, your voice is...
What, guys?
Your voice changed.
Don't agree with her, man.
It shouldn't go up in pitch, Ross.
I'm yelling. That's what you do.
No, you actually just increase the resonance, lower your pitch, be more commanding.
Your voice doesn't have any pressure.
Who
Do you
ate the garbage?
Do you understand that? Your voice doesn't have pressure. Hey!
Oh, yeah.
Hey, come here. Did you do this? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Pressure.
Compress the air. Compress it. You
Crash.
need
PSI.
Bring it from your diaphragm. Mean it.
Yeah.
Be mean. You have to understand. You're trying to make this dog look at you as if you're its master. Right now, I don't think the dog thinks you're its master.
I think she thinks I'm like another dog.
I just tore your trash can apart again. What are you going to do?
I'm mad at you.
That's, I mean, a little
Come
better.
here, you little squirt.
That's Scorpion
Okay,
from
you
Mortal
can't-
Kombat.
You can't use the word squirt when you're angry.
But she said, and then like,
You can't use the word
well,
squirt
this
when you're
also
angry.
happened like in the bedroom too.
What?
Come on! Don't do that! Get out of here, cuddly cakes! See? It doesn't have the same
Doesn't
impact.
work. Yeah.
But like I think I make love like a good guy when I need to be a bad boy.
Oh, that is a thing.
Is that where this is going?
Okay.
That is where this is going.
Yeah.
Because it started with the dog, and then
You're saying that you don't...
and then I don't think like I don't know if I'm like not slapping ass enough or something.
Pulling her by her hair?
Listen.
Yeah. What do I
What's
do?
my name?
I've heard this before. Now, listen. This is...
What do you mean you've heard
listen,
this
stop.
before?
This is not... I am not saying this.
Oh?
This is not my thought.
Oh.
Because I don't want this hanging on me when I say this.
Okay.
I've been told that sometimes your wife or loved one, I'm not saying a rando.
Okay, yeah. Tell us all about women and their sexual desires, Jimmy.
Say, sometimes I understand that women want you to take it.
What?
They don't want you to ask. They don't want you to be cuddly and kind.
Depends.
They want you to take it. Sometimes.
I'm on all. What
no,
am I?
No.
Not.
I
Yes.
mean, maybe.
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes.
I'm not.
It's called shove her up against the wall in the hallway.
Sometimes.
Do your business.
Sometimes.
Get over here.
That doesn't.
No, you can't. No.
You sound like you're talking to a lineman who just fumbled, and they don't hold the ball. So
I'm a bad boy.
that's not good either.
No,
You sound
that's
Look
if
at me.
Christian Bale's Batman just sucked in some helium.
Why don't can you be forceful?
Can I just wear a bandana?
No, that doesn't work.
No,
That's
it
what
does
bad
not.
boys do.
Can I ask you a
No.
question? And I'm going to be dead on. This is an honest question.
Okay.
And maybe your brother can confirm this. Have you ever been really mad in your life? And I'm being dead serious here. This is not a bit or anything. I'm asking you, have you ever been incensed, so angry that you don't even know what you're going to do next? That you feel like you're out of control?
Yes.
Have you ever been that angry?
I think when I was like a kid over homework once.
Oh man, as his brother, I've known him a long time. I have never seen him past a 4.
Yeah, man.
Really?
See, if you don't have the ability to get really angry,
I'm past a 4 on the way home.
that's going to be difficult because there's a certain thing
You
that
gotta-
just the ability to kind of to really center that anger,
Yeah.
Go on
that
a drive with
frustration in your
me.
life.
I'll train you.
I need to get angrier.
Ross, remember, you know how I act?
I need to break the
sometimes
law.
If I like bang my knee on the cabinet.
Yeah, and you get like oddly super dramatic.
What is a problem? I mean,
I do that
instantly.
all the time, buddy.
Yeah.
That is the faucet you need to figure out how to turn on.
Gotta throw something.
Unless you,
I mean, maybe.
have you ever headbutted somebody?
No, see, you've headbutted people, man. I've never headbutted anybody.
When you hit somebody with your thinker, they pay attention.
Headbutt Jimmy tonight.
Like when you headbutt a fool and then look at him.
Are you proposing that he headbutt his wife when he gets home?
I'm not
tonight?
saying that's the case.
Okay.
But she might like it.
But, I mean, if you give her a little tap, just to let her know what's up. I mean, it may be an attention getter. Also could be a jail sentence.
But here, the truth is, though, like, the real truth in my experience is you ask, and then they tell you, and then you do it. You don't do the thing they didn't ask for. You do the thing they asked for, and then maybe push the boundary a little bit to see if, like, they're into that, too.
Yeah.
And the second they say, no, not into that, then you stop. But that's really just, like, listen and respond.
See, like, I feel like...
That doesn't sound like a choke slam to me.
I need to...
I mean, it can go that way.
I need to break the law, man. I need to catch a couple charges. I need a DUI.
Don't do that, buddy.
Don't say that.
Do you think you need
not say that?
You need a conviction to make your wife think you're a man?
No, that I'm a bad boy.
You need a teardrop tattoo?
It's so hard to listen to him talk about being a bad boy with his Neon Universal Studios t-shirt and his pastel baseball cap.
All right. Shots at my fashion.
How about this one? How about this? Hey, buddy, you want your ass kicked? Zoinks. That's pretty badass, right?
I'll kick your ass.
You're like at a movie theater. Hey, that's my popcorn now. Thanks.
Yeah, I need to do that, dude.
That's
Speaking
like
of,
that's some weird science stuff. Just slap it out of there.
Yeah, speaking of like DUIs, I've never gotten one, but I feel allegedly if I were behind the wheel with like a beer or two in me, and maybe hypothetically this happened recently, and the car behind me was missing a headlight, and I was just like fist pumping all the way home because I was like, that ain't no cop. That's a poor person. You can't pull me over.
And then
I have a potential solution actually for your lack of aggression.
Yeah, I need to be more aggressive.
And I'm not even joking. This is not a bit. You need to lift weights. You need to go either or get a pull-up bar somewhere in the house, do pull-ups. I'm serious.
Steroids.
That's a
I
mean, a way to
need
do it.
roids.
Roids will get you there. You roid rage.
Roid rage.
That's
That's
what
what she
roid
wants.
rage, dude.
Synthetic rage.
You want a bad boy?
And then take the roids. Do what Chase said. Start ripping that iron, pumping that FE, baby.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be super jacked.
Okay.
No.
Goes to your raw thoughts.
Bitch,
Whatever,
this is
dude.
everything we tried just completely pissed right down the toilet.
So peeved.
God almighty, man.
We share so much DNA.
Yeah. Maybe your wife will headbutt somebody for you.
She would.
Oh yeah, trust me.
She headbutts the dog.
I'm not going to fight her.
No.
She has stashed knives.
Respect me, little ones.
No. Oh God.
I'm going to leave a Yelp review.
Oh, and you're a big guy. Like you're 6'3", dude. You should have you should have an intimidation factor about you.
He has the frame of a pale Jack Skellington.
And then texting service coming in with a nuke, or you could just come out of the closet finally.
Oh man.
And to that, I say, you want some of this, bud? You want some?
Did you say you want some of this butt?
But
Oh.
I'm out. Peace.
All right, mate. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 770-301. Back in a sec.
What happens when we're off the air? At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Goldenrod Road remains closed north and southbound between Valencia College Lane and Colonial Drive, right at Marietta Street, due to an earlier accident that brought down some power lines. Repairs continue here. Consider 417 or 434 for an alternate. Northbound travel on the Turnpike jammed up from a crash, now just blocking one left lane between 429 and State Road 50. See traffic problems? Be sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber, HOA and condo board members. Bring your community the fastest, most reliable fiber internet while saving up to 50%. With Blue Stream Fiber, your community gains a partner, not just another provider. Start the partnership at bluestreamfiber.com/radio today.
Happy New Year from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. And if you didn't get that grill for Christmas, it is not too late. It's a new year and a perfect time for a new grill. Thank God. Tools Ace Hardware carries all the best brands and grills. Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, and now carrying Napoleon grills and Uni pizza ovens as well. All you have to do is simply visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com and get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office, Orlando.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can take the restaurants out of America's Dairyland, but you can't take America's Dairyland out of the restaurants. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who appreciates a fresh meal that comes from the heart, let our team member Emma tell you what's special about the Culver's Way.
We take great tasting burgers seriously in Wisconsin. Favorite recipes, fresh ingredients, real Wisconsin cheese. It's a place where traditions matter. So of course it's where Culver's Butter Burger was born. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection, then topped with a lightly buttered toasted bun.
What can we say? To us, it's a whole lot more than a burger. It's a taste of home.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in because they are making a profit from you. That's the law. Yet many times a normal day ends with injuries because that business breached that duty because they knew or should have known of the dangerous condition that caused your injury. It happens every day in many ways. Slip and falls where cleaning and maintenance were ignored. Falling boxes and items stacked too high, and so many other unexpected occurrences and dangers only known to that business owner. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, let our team investigate and report back to you. The duty to protect customers from harm is the law, and our duty is to protect you after that harm. Visit forthepeople.com for more information, or on your cell phone, dial #law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. ForThePeople.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car bar, paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. What are you waiting for? We want to buy your car right now. Find out why thousands of satisfied customers across the United States put more money in their pocket by going to GiveMeTheVin.com. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, this is Gerard Butler, and I can't wait for you to see my new movie, Plane. I play an airline pilot whose flight crash lands on an island run by a militia, and I have to rescue the passengers turned hostages. It's intense, and it's action-packed.
Flying, only in theaters tomorrow. Rated R.
Follow the Bible in a Year with Jack Graham podcast today. Begin your New Year's resolution with the Bible and see why millions have already started Bible in a Year with Jack Graham.
This podcast was created to help you solidify your faith as you experience the story of the Bible through live action recordings and emotional orchestral music.
Listen to Bible in a Year with Jack Graham on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A new car today. No payments for 6 months. Go to Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Don't you open up that window. Don't you let up that antidote. Yeah! Poppin', blowing on.
407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. 6 o'clock keyword is grand, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm, send it right away, and maybe you can win that money. Grand is your 6 o'clock keyword. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
So is Ross.
It's true.
Chase Padgett with us as well.
Hey.
Let's talk about your show a little bit, buddy, because I know do we have the audio, by the way, that I can?
Yes.
Okay, good. So When You're With Your Wife is up in here just a few minutes. So 6 guitars in town. You said like a 3-week run?
Yeah, so it's at the Renaissance Theater, which is one of, if not the coolest sort of small theater organization, not just in Central Florida, but really anywhere, any of the towns that I've traveled to.
That's awesome.
It's a real rare confluence when people have resources.
Confluence.
Yeah, confluence. It's a word.
That's so sick.
This theater lives at the crossroads of competence, resources, and ambition.
Right.
And you really don't see those a lot, not only in any organization, but definitely like arts organizations.
Yeah. We know the guy who owns that theater, at least part of it. I may own the entire thing. I know his father quite well. And that family has musical lineage that is thick.
They take it serious.
Thick, Philharmonic thick. I mean, real classically trained. And on top of that, have always been like supporters of the arts and music and theater and things like that. So it was really wonderful when I heard he'd purchased that space and that they were going to do something cool with it. We knew it wasn't going to be second rate because he doesn't roll like that.
No, it's really first rate. And in fact, that's bled into this particular run of 6 guitars. It's really, really unique kind of from start to finish. So first off, I've been doing the show a long time, but it's still my living love letter to music. For those of you who don't know, I play 6 different characters. Each one plays a different genre of music through guitar: blues, jazz, rock, classical, folk, and country. And the whole show, 2 hours with an intermission. And it's, part comedy special, part storytelling, part concert music. Well, for the longest time, it's just been me. But this month is the first time I will have a drummer and a bass player fill out the rest of that sonic footprint and really bring the sound of the show to what I've been hearing in my head for years.
So, and I've seen the show twice just with you working singularly, and I have to ask, do you feel that the bass and the drum really do offer that different tapestry to the storylines? Because I found the guitar playing is virtuoso-like. There's no question you are a very talented guitar player.
Thank you.
But I found that the characters were the most interesting part for me. The music was a great background or canvas for that, but I found the character changes from person to person were the best, and the stories they were telling really were great. That was my favorite part of the show.
Totally. You see, it brings the music element into the same sort of stratosphere as that experience, but they also have a couple of moments where they're a part of the show's narrative. Like there's a couple of moments now where the drummer gets a little like rim shot moment and
cool.
It gets a huge laugh, right? Or the bass player, my folk character has a couple of like tearful, emotional, soft-hearted meltdowns. Yeah. And the bass players, a couple of times he's like, hey, pull it together. And we have this real moment. Whenever I'm referencing like members of a band that one of my characters in, I'm looking back at them and you can kind of see them be influenced by my characters. They're not just like nodding knowingly. They kind of like embody their own character that's inspired by the performance.
Because both of those instruments are also influenced by the style of music. There's a certain way to drum with jazz, with blues, with country, with rock, and play bass in those same genres are all different. I mean,
very much so.
The jazz stuff. I mean, once you slip into that jazz trio thing, I'd be like, stay here for a while.
Honestly, and the stuff that they bring to, I'm glad you brought up jazz. So the second act, I have a cover of My Funny Valentine as a big part of the jazz guy's story. Well, they come in and out of that number in a way that almost transports the listener not just into the story, but into his imagined experience of the story. It's just a completely superior.
I mean, you're in town for 3 weeks. We're definitely going to come see it. Where can I get tickets? Where is the show? Where can I see it? Tell me all the stuff.
Yeah, so it's at the venue called the Renaissance Theater. It's located at Princeton and Orange, really in the heart of Orlando proper. You can get tickets at rentheater.com. And, last weekend sold really well. I highly recommend get your tickets early. I mean, we've got some pretty close to sellout numbers even for our last weekend.
Yeah, that's great.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's Ren, R-E-N, rentheater.com. Get your tickets, 6 guitars with a band. It'll be the first time I see it like that. It is a mesmerizing show. The best money you'll spend on a 2-hour show, guaranteed in the city that day or when you're in town. Everybody I say, matter of fact, you went to Denver, or where did you go recently? Were you in Tacoma or in Seattle recently?
Oh, yeah, a little while ago. Yeah.
I text my daughter, and I think I was behind a couple of days. I said, listen, go see this show, 6 Guitars, if you can. And I was even going to hook her up in the whole 9 yards. And she's like, what is it all about? I'm like, I can't tell you. Just go and see the damn thing. You're going to be blown away. And that's what I would tell anybody. Even if us explaining it doesn't really explain it, you have to go see it, because it's one of those things, once you see it, you're like, oh, man. Like, that was really cool. And then you'll immediately recommend it for somebody.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, you will immediately recommend somebody else see it. It's just that good.
It's really been the word of mouth advertising has just been, it honestly, it changed my life. And I've been doing this show this long because of that.
How many times now? 700 plus?
Saturday night this week will be 700.
Wow.
Wow.
rentheater.com for 6 guitars, now with a 3-piece band featuring Chase Padgett.
Yep. Full
check it
set
out.
too. Full everything. It's amazing.
Do you know the small story about Jim, that the first time I saw my brother perform doing this show?
No.
It's really embarrassing on Chase's end, if I'm being honest. Is that I go ahead, I see the show, and about halfway through the show, I start crying uncontrollably. Not because of the story, not because of the show.
No, because you're so proud of him.
I'm so proud, and I literally didn't know anybody that I've related to could be capable of doing that. I didn't even know I knew anybody that was capable of doing what I was watching. So I start crying bad. And after the show, I am still crying. And I see Chase in the parking garage. And I'm walking up to him to give him a hug. And he sees me crying. And then he grabs my face. And then he moves it out of the way and walks right past me. Because he thought I was crying because I missed the show.
And that was his last. He wasn't in it was his last opportunity to see it at the time.
Oh, that's
and I was
great.
like, you didn't show up on time. And
got
you
turned
missed parking.
away.
You got turned away because you can't show up late at the Fringe. And I totally misread everything about it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's when you should have been angry. That's like, you just listen to me, big brother.
Yeah, but I was an emotional glass
Oh,
of
it was
milk.
more like.
Okay, we don't need to imitate it.
Let's all try it.
Pretty good impression.
Let's all try it. All right, so this is the clip we were telling you about?
Yeah, no, I got it loaded up.
Okay.
This is in the Real Radio Hall of Fame.
Okay, so listen.
This is your sock segment.
Years ago, when I endorsed Crystal Hamburgers, and they were a wonderful client, by the way. I'm not dogging the restaurant itself, but the ad company had the worst copywriter of all time. Nobody could write copy this bad. Not to mention, it would be a 1-minute spot, and they would send me like a minute and a half of copy. And then I'm like, well, I'm not an editor. I don't know what they do or don't want in here, but some of this has to go for me to make this time, or I'm going to be reading this at 51 words a second, and no one's going to understand what's going on, and I already have a problem talking too fast. So we have a bunch of issues. They're like, just do your best. So I went into the recording booth with, I believe, Tom Van from Tom and Dan, and he recorded this stuff and then saved the outtakes, and they made a master tape of me making errors, and this is the very famous, this is the very famous When You're With Your Wife ad from Crystal.
It's like a guilty thought. It gnaws at your brain, at work, at home, even with your... It's like that guilty thought you're not supposed to have. It gnaws at your brain, at work, at home, It's like that guilty thought you're not supposed to have. It gnaws at your brain, at work, at home, even with your... It's like that guilty thought you're not supposed to have, man. It gnaws at your brain, at work, at home, even with your... Even when you're with your wife. Even when you're with your wife. Don't go to work. Don't mow the lawn.
Loan?
It's like a guilty thought. It's like a guilty thought. It gnaws at your brain when you're at work, when you're at home, even when you with.
This is me destroying the mic with the copy that I've been given that's unusable.
Yeah.
You ready? Yeah. It's like a guilty thought. It gnaws at your brain when you're at work, at home, even when you're with your wife. I will tell you right now, I wish I could find the guy who wrote this. I would beat him to death with that fucking phone.
I was so angry. I couldn't see. Tom laughed himself soiled.
No.
At least for 2 days straight.
Oh God, that
So bad.
That reminds me of did I ever send you the recording of Ross when he was like much younger asking for pork rinds?
As a matter of fact, well, you sent me voice messages that he left while hammered or too high.
He was really, really stoned.
Was it the same one?
Honestly, I don't even know if I was smoking weed at that point.
No, you were. This was pre-weed Ross,
Dude,
which
that was
doesn't
weird.
seem
So
possible.
you were 3?
Let me see if I can. I have my laptop in front of me right now. Hold on.
Email it to him so we can play it through the board because we don't have the hookup to it.
I
I
will do
remember
everything I
Ross
can.
because he played that once.
Yeah,
during-
we played it.
Oh, did we really?
Yeah, we played it that
You
one.
have it?
I think you did. Yeah. Oh God, I don't have it anywhere. In my machine
What is it
anymore.
again?
So Ross, this was he called me, and basically here's the gist of it. I didn't pick up. Here's the voicemail. Hey man, can you get some pork rinds before you get back home? I'm really in the mood for some pork rinds. All right, thanks. But this is what it sounded like. Hey, so if you could let me start over. All right, so let me just if you can.
He actually said, "Let me start over."
Yeah, and then he went, "Let me start over." If you could, God damn it! All right, so, look, if I'm just really in the mood for some pork rinds that are so good. Like I heard him come of age,
so to speak,
on this thing, and he's like, "Yo, I don't have money, but my mother. Let me start over. God damn it! It just keeps
Just over and
going
over.
back to square
How
one.
old was he? Like 11?
I think I don't know.
12,
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, I gotta find that somewhere.
All right.
It's such a treat.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Coming up tomorrow, we do have Amy Drew Thompson, Primetime Kitchen, Embers Only tomorrow coming up. We
yeah,
have
you just got your cigars today.
That's right. Rich Tips is tomorrow as well. Big show coming up tomorrow for sure. I did have a story today I wanted to go over so bad. We'll probably wind up doing it tomorrow. I don't even want to tell you about it.
Tease me.
I will tell you. No, I can't. But I will tell you this. Have you guys bought? Do you grocery shop? You guys don't grocery shop, do you? Deb, you don't?
Yes,
a little bit.
Some.
Ross,
Nah.
and you don't, and you wouldn't buy this anyway because your wife's a vegan. Are you? You told me you're cooking a little bit. Have you started grocery shopping at all? Or
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes I'm doing a half and half where I'm like, what do I want to make out of this cookbook I got versus like, you know what, I'm just going to figure it out.
Right. And that's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to buy some stuff and go, what can I make of this?
Yeah.
But have you seen the prices of eggs?
Oh, no, they're saying they're the new Bitcoin.
Oh, Lord.
Twitter has been going crazy with the price of eggs. Gone up, 64%?
60%.
Yeah.
A dozen eggs is like $9 now.
Whoa.
Organic eggs.
Oh, okay.
But you eat, but you got to remember, eggs were like $1.89 a dozen,
know.
and now they're like $6. Have you seen butter?
No.
Currency of the future.
So butter used to be about $3.89 for those 4 squares, like from Land O'Lakes. I think it's $7 now.
Oh.
It's so expensive. Guys, I'm telling you straight up. I never really noticed before because I was like, well, it's groceries. You got to have them. You know, why
complain?
Why really complain about it? I went in. We are taking a couple weeks off from HelloFresh. I just felt like cooking some. So I went to the grocery store, bought some cauliflower, some broccoli, some asparagus, just a bunch of veggies, and then just some lean proteins to be able to make some different dinners with. And I'm not joking you. 2 of those plastic Publix bags, just with vegetables. The only protein I bought was 1 pack of chicken breast, and it was $11. The bill was $76.
Whoa. That's like buying cleaning stuff. That's usually when you get your bigger bill.
All right, I'm going back to just eating.
$76.
Oh, you're getting choked up.
Well, I just swallowed something.
No, you're getting emotional. I get it.
So sad. Cauliflower is like $5.99 a head.
What?
Broccoli's like $5.99. I mean,
and at that price, you're eating the entire damn thing.
Oh, I can't. Like, I couldn't believe it. I put it in the fridge, and then I come home, and then HelloFresh gets delivered.
Oh.
And I'm like, nope, we're eating this.
Right.
And I just start making those sheet pans of roasted veggies like I'm telling you about. That's the greatest thing ever.
That's how we do it. That's how Olivia cooks a lot.
Just sheet pans of roasted vegetables.
And you get so much food.
Yeah, it's unreal.
That's a great
The thing is, you can't afford to eat like that right now. Man, if you were to eat sheet pans of veggies every day, it would cost you $150 a week.
Even more, yeah.
All right, 407-916.
Is it his rage?
Yeah. I just
you gotta love it, man.
It
well,
sucks.
yeah, it does suck.
Look, and here's the thing. Like, it's not going to kill me, but I mean, if I was like on a budget and I was buying groceries and stuff, and for one thing, I wouldn't be shopping at Publix.
Can you imagine if you had little kids at home right now, you did several years ago?
I'd be Aldi crazy. And can I tell you, I'm thinking about it now. I've told you guys, and they built one on my way home. So I'm telling you, man, I'm making that switch because I love Publix, and they're good people, and they're a good company. But my God, man, and I don't know how much of it's on them. I really don't. But God, $6 for one head of cauliflower that will feed 2 people. By the way,
this is why I steal.
Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
I need some lessons. 407-916-1041. Load them up. Let's do last call and get out of here.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for last call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Today was one of those picture-perfect weather days. How could you describe it to somebody up north suffering through the winter? It would be so tough. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Well, the party comes to an end tomorrow. We've got a morning cold front, which means a chance for rain, even a rumble of thunder before lunchtime. Afternoon sunshine, the high 66 degrees. Just 55 on Saturday for the high, despite bright sunshine, and then a frost is possible Saturday night. We will warm it up next week. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Kin Insurance. You've checked the weather. What about checking your home insurance policy? Get the right coverage at a great price in minutes with an easy online quote at kin.com. It's time to experience home insurance where you're not just family, you're kin.
Hey, Jim here from my friends over at Solar Bear. Did you know that in Orlando last year, 3 different utility rate increases, and they're meeting regarding another rate increase? What you can do, though, is stop going along with those rate increases. Now is the time to go with Solar Bear. They're the #1 solar installer in the state of Florida, and they can help eliminate your power bill in 2023. They're the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state, plus they're locally owned and operated, and that means no subcontractors. Just visit solarbear.com today for your free estimate. And right now, you can get 0 down, 0% interest, and no payments for 12 months with credit approval. Say goodbye to your electric bill, but say hi to Solar Bear. Solarbear.com.
Oh, mate, it's bloody cold out there. Lucky for you, it's a scorcher down under. Heat things up with Outback's new Smoke and Spice menu, starting at just $16.99. Try our sizzling sirloin, dripping with spicy steak butter and paired with Nashville hot shrimp. Give our Kingsland pasta a twirl. Grilled steak and shrimp with creamy Alfredo. What's hiding inside that magnificent dome of smoke? Why, it's our new smoked porterhouse with juicy cuts of New York strip and filet. Try this smoking hot new menu at a down under price only at Outback Steakhouse.
As a Walgreens pharmacist, I talk with people all the time about little tips and tricks for filling their Medicare prescriptions, like taking advantage of Walgreens 90-day refills to save them a trip, or using Refill by Scan, which is super easy and right on your phone. And for anybody worried about prescription costs, I say, hey, we got you, with low-cost copays on many medications.
Let's talk about making things easier. Walgreens is here. Fill your way and save at walgreens.com/Medicare. See pharmacists for restrictions and exclusions.
Anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. One jackpot is paid out every minute on the hottest slot machines and table games. With over $2 billion in jackpots paid out in the last year, you could be the next lucky winner. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa has over 800 rooms and suites, a luxurious rock spa and salon, award-winning restaurants, and an exciting comedy and concert lineup, including pool parties with world-renowned artists. With a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment options, anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Better living begins at home. But if your home isn't everything you want it to be, it's time to fall into a new outdoor kitchen or bath. S&W Kitchen's team of award-winning designers is here to help. Experience their concierge design and installation services from start to finish, all at competitive pricing with great financing options available. Visit snwkitchens.com now to set up your free design consultation with their award-winning designers. S&W, creating thoughtful, livable spaces.
Checkers $5 meal deal is for people who know what it's like to stretch. Every dollar. Ooh, before you pull a hammy, get to Checkers and feast on our $5 meal deal. Fill up on a fully dressed Checker burger or Fry Lover's burger, plus 8-piece white meat chicken bites, Checkers oh-so-famous seasoned fries, and a 16-ounce drink. Oh, mama, that's a lot for just $5. The Checkers $5 meal deal. Woo, no stretch required.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
All the radio stations you love, every playlist to match your mood, the podcasts that everyone's talking about. If it's on the iHeartRadio app, it's free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio. Just come out, just come out. The man when you're in trouble, car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out when you're injured on the go.
Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Everyone could use a little help with their bills, especially these days. At Duke Energy, we're offering easy ways to help keep your energy bills more manageable. With programs that allow you to pay the same amount each month or pay in installments over several months. Plus, special financial assistance from the Share the Light Fund for those facing hardships. We're Duke Energy, and we're here to help you. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Real Radio.
Real Radio 104.1.1.1.1.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch.
Yeah. We like it when you watch.
At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Funk, hit me up with some of that thug. Yeah, that's like that. Hit him in the chest with it. One time again in the head. But Buddy Roll, y'all. Check it out.
I don't know.
Tell him that. Get him, Chase.
Baby, cause I'm a thug.
407-916-1041.
Baby, cause I'm a thug.
Text us 77031.
Try that, Ross.
Baby, cause I'm a thug.
Baby, cause I'm a thug.
Baby, cause I'm a thug.
Yeah, it's not the same.
All right, 407-916-1041. We do have two lines open for last call if you want to grab one of those. 407-916-1041. Two lines open, last call. Take a shot. Make us laugh. Short and sweet. Call back from the show. Something you heard you thought was funny. Make a joke. It's your turn. We're tired.
That dad joke from last night made me laugh like at 6 o'clock this morning. Wasabi?
That was...
What does wasabi say to the bee?
It was uncomfortably funny.
Got it now, yeah.
Isn't that great?
You started with the punchline.
I did.
In my experience.
Sorry.
All right, 407-916-1041. Two lines open. Grab one of those guys. We'll get to the last call here in just a few seconds. I'm Jim, Deb, and Ross, and Chase are here. Jack will be back with us tomorrow. And, of course, on the show tomorrow, we have Embers Only coming up. We have Primetime Kitchen with Amy Drew Thompson. And we'll have Rich Tips as well, plus your calls and texts and talkbacks and opportunities for you to win money as well.
And speaking of text, I wanted to let Chase know that someone texted us at 77031 and said, I can't wait for One Guy Six Guitar Show Saturday. So
Yeah. Get your
All
tickets.
right.
It's Ren, REN, RenTheater.com. That's the Renaissance Theater down in on the corner of Princeton and Orange, right in central Orlando, down by the Science Center. You can't miss it. Wonderful location, wonderful stage. Six Guitars is new now. Not only do they have Chase Padgett with his incredible talent and those 6 characters, but now a bass guitar and drums to back them up as well.
it's a great show, and support local talent and help
for
them and make some bucks.
Also, one of my favorite selling points we haven't talked about, there's unlimited free parking. It's the same parking garage as the hospital. They don't charge.
Oh,
just show
cool.
up.
Yeah, just right there.
It's awesome.
And there's a bar.
Very good. RenTheater.com. Get your tickets. The run stops when?
January 29th.
All right, so the 29th. So we got a couple weeks to go be able to see Chase Padgett. Are you playing during the week or just weekends?
Just weekends, Friday
Okay.
and Saturday nights, and then the very last Sunday of the month, I'm doing a 4 p.m. matinee.
Very nice little matinee show. Very good. Again, that's RenTheater.com. Grab your tickets. 6 Guitars is simply amazing. Last call is full. We'll get to those guys in 1 second. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We have quite a list, actually,
get it.
of folks that we would like to thank. We'd like to start it off with Brendan O'Connor, personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman, Todd Ulrich, the consumer watchdog, the bulldog from WFTV Channel 9, retiring after 38 years, and last but never least, the very talented Chase Padgett for co-hosting with us today.
Yeah, thanks, Chase. Always good
thanks
seeing
for
you.
having me, friends. Yeah.
It's great having you.
Definitely want people to go out and see you. I want you to get swarmed by JCS listeners at this show.
You know what? They're going to have a good time either way.
Yeah, they are. And by the way, full bar too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, full bar. That's another thing we didn't mention. Full bar.
They're pouring generously over there.
Yeah, they like it thick, do they?
Yeah, they do a real good job.
All right, that's great. Ross, stand up.
Yes, at the end of the month, I'm going to be out in Jacksonville. You can get your tickets at firstcoastcomedy.com. That's January 29th. It's a Sunday. The show's at 7.
Very nice. And again, if you want to follow him for his career, it's Ross Padgett Comedy on all social media platforms. Anything else coming up that we need to take care of?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, all right, very good. Let's get to some last call then. Big T, last call.
All right, Ross, here's a lesson for you.
I'm listening.
Hazel, did you get into, I swear to God, did you get into the trash again? I mean, I swear to God, you get into one more dirty condom or another piece of chocolate, it's going to be straight down to the vet for euthanasia for you.
Whoa.
I mean, he's on to something.
No.
My dog loves condoms, and she also loves chocolate.
She's a girl.
I got to get her a condom chocolate thing.
Okay. Kurt, last call.
See if we say that.
That's right. Don't.
Hey, I just wanted to start it off with some potentially uncomfortable compliments. I've seen Ross a few times stand up, had my sides splitting, laughing. I saw Chase this year at the Fringe Festival. It was my first Fringe Festival. Definitely the best show by far.
Oh, thanks,
he won
man.
the fancy Viewer's Choice or whatever award. And it was amazing. That's about it.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Thanks, brother.
Don't you have enough of those best of choice awards to build a small cabin with?
I've won a lot of awards at festivals over the years.
Yeah. But, I mean, you've destroyed this Fringe one here in Orlando. Didn't they stop giving you the award and just basically, gave you like a certain position in the Fringe world where you can't get an award anymore? You want it so much?
Jokes aside,
That's true, though,
there
right?
have been times where they were like, we're just not going to, you would be nominated.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think that's the case. Like, I think, honestly, they just trying to put you in the position like, well, okay, he's a rock star, and just kind of write you out of the...
That's why Jokic isn't going to win a third MVP.
Oh, there you go. See?
I lost you on sports.
Party Mom, last call.
Hey guys, Throwback Thursday.
Love it.
Want to smoke some funky Dixieland? Party Mama, come and take you by the hand. We got Jim, Chase, Deb, and Saucy Rossi gonna chill with the Party Mama on last call. Smoke weed every day.
There you go. Dave,
Good advice.
Dave, last call.
So today I was out finishing up the setup for the Highland Scottish Games, and I did put a Facebook post on my Facebook page, and I tagged you guys, and I used some of the banned words that you're not allowed to say anymore in that Facebook post.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Does that include American and field?
It does. we set tents up in the Particum or the curriculum.
Oh, very nice, buddy. Yeah, Particum. Don't offend anybody
Practicum.
by saying the word field. Stanford is omitting the word field from all of their IT curriculum because they think it has racial connotations. That's a true story.
So now you're going to be playing on the baseball practicum.
And by the way, not Stanford, but what was the other one? They're trying to omit the
USC.
word American because that is to say that all Americans are from the U.S. and that's unfair to other North Americans or South Americans
or Central Americans
that aren't labeled as such.
I mean, that one I kind of get because I've had those convos with Canadians sometimes.
Yeah.
But the first one is stupid.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Pamela, take us home. Last call.
I went fishing today to play Linda. Got there at daybreak, nobody there. Looked up a couple hours later, and everyone was naked.
That's what happens down there.
Oh, man. I was traumatized.
Were you really?
I was.
All right. Well,
So not what you were fishing for, huh?
Not what I was fishing for at all.
Well, now you know. Now you know.
Careful with them hooks next time.
Yeah, very for sure. Look.
Look at all the minnows.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They're evolving quick.
What are they after? All right, let's get out of here. Big show coming up tomorrow. Thanks for Chase coming in. I appreciate it very much, buddy.
Thanks for
they're
having
after
me,
snapper.
friends.
All right, very
Love
good.
you, brother.
All right, on behalf of Deb,
Kinda.
Ross, and Chase, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters of the Morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corbett Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Thursday evening.
It's Friday Eve. Bye.